Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pub. Saturday night. Hope you all are doing well. Last Dance, RW. Steve-O, Anti-Corp. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you. Yeah. All right, cool. Interesting. I thought I briefly saw Last Dance on camera. I could be wrong, but just me to start, and that's fine. All good. Anybody has any particular things they've been keeping an eye on, feel free to bring up. Maybe we'll work it into the discussion tonight if it works out. I hope everyone had a nice week, as I always say. We've got Independence Day coming up. So next weekend, I'm going to see if Last Dance will do a pub. Let me go the other way with that. We'll see. What's going on, African? Good to see you, man. RW Gonzo, he was here earlier at 7:33. Now gone. Cool. You're going to bust one's balls. Okay, cool. Good to see you, man. Let's get this guy on here. What's going on, man? How are you?
Not much. A few technical difficulties. I deleted all my cookies and so on, and now I find things are not as easy. I got to figure out how to log back into everything, and I'm not sure I logged in quite correctly here because I don't have any privileges unless you remove them from me.
I have done nothing of the sort.
Well,
so
I wish you had. It would make life easier. Now I know that I fucked up.
You mean on StreamYard?
Yeah.
Or on YouTube? Because I made you both, right?
I'm fine on YouTube. Yes.
Okay.
On both.
So let me see here, people. Last Dance. Yeah, you're a guest host. And it still has you listed there.
Okay, well, I don't see you as on my display. Below the main viewer, so that I could kick you off. So I suspect that I can't kick anybody off, or rearrange, or so on.
Well, we'll find out as the night goes on.
Yep.
We should fix that, though. If you're up for it and you want to host next weekend, I believe I'm going to be on Cape Cod. But I could join in probably a little later.
Okay.
It's a kind of a July 3rd, July 4th thing. Actually, so yeah, the 4th is Saturday. That would be the best night for me to be able to have any time to join in. The 3rd, I will definitely not have any time. So if you want to do it, Saturday would be the day.
All right. Let's see. That would be the 4th of July. Yeah. I'm favorably inclined to doing it.
Do you guys go out for fireworks?
Nah.
Nothing?
Nope.
Nope. Cool enough, the spot that we're going to be at on the Cape, you can see the town fireworks from the backyard. So all you have to do is literally sit there, and we have a nice fire pit, and crank a fire going and gaze towards the sky and catch some fireworks.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't realize that last year. We were cruising around in the boat around, these very, very expensive houses. Like,
yep,
I'm talking the Koch brothers have a house there. And,
right.
And that's not the house I'm staying at. But anyways, I see this barge and I'm like, ooh, fresh oysters, anybody? And then as we get closer, I realize, holy shit, that thing's covered in fireworks. And that's like, so now my brother's always quoting that, fresh oysters. And I'm like, yeah, that was like the biggest misfire ever. Like the thing had 3 tons of explosives on it, all these mortars and everything. And I guess near the water, that is the safest way to do it, right?
on a barge. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. You know,
You can't
That's how
blow it
they-
up.
Yeah.
If it's a metal and concrete contraption,
that's how they do it in Boston. They do the fireworks on a barge in the Charles River.
Yeah.
And I know it like Portsmouth, New Hampshire, they do it in the Harbor River area there near the naval base. So yeah, it's really brilliant. Hey, Blue, how you doing? RW, you going to join us on camera this week? Missed you last week, bud.
Working blue.
Yeah, always a pleasure to see her. Sort of a new guest. So what have you been paying attention to this week?
Oh, not a whole lot. A little bit of the Iran war, which never seems to end and never seems to begin, and it just seems to be like a, I don't know, just up and down, back and forth.
So
it's pretty silly at this point.
Yeah, the ice cream boat is cool. Some teen girls drive around and sell ice creams from it, and it is very cool and very shrewd little business that they have. And hi, wife, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, what is the deal with that? So Iran has negotiators actively speaking with us. We're working our way through this memorandum of whatever the dumb name was that they gave it. And they actively are shooting like one-way drones, as Trump called them, at the ships while they're negotiating. Like, is that just the nature of this country? They're just fucking assholes.
Yeah. Plus, they have Trump right where they want him, or they think they do, and I suspect they do. I suspect they're right.
It's silly.
He's desperate to get out, and he's already removed export controls and import controls, and we can now buy Iranian oil in dollars.
Can he just shut that off?
He can, of course, but I think so far it's still open.
So I just don't understand. So basically, now we're attacking them again. There's been fresh rounds of air power. I don't know, what does that mean? Patriot missiles or something? Or
no, it means hitting coastal batteries. There are. Whoa! Who the hell's that? Is that really you, RW?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it is you.
We had an 80s cosplay night, and I took my beard off and had a mustache, so I just went all the way. I wasn't keeping the 80s mustache.
Dude, surprisingly, that was only 2 days ago, and your beard's coming back already. So I mean, it's like
won't take long, but
I had a great 80s mustache or 70s mustache.
Did you when you were younger days?
I dropped camera for a little bit to lag less.
All right.
You want me to see if I can find a picture of me with a 30 years ago or 40 years ago?
Absolutely.
All right, I think I know where one is, so give me a second.
Yeah.
You're going to look through the black and white newspapers?
RW, you been paying attention to this fiasco in Iran at all?
I'm not really sure what's going on. I think that, to me, I'm just going to call it stock market manipulation, because there's so much non-truth coming out of that whole situation that I don't even know what to think. The level of bullshittery is extremely high.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark, but we'll see if it shows up.
Looking good, man.
That's my niece.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be way bushier. I thought it was going to be like 6 times bushier.
Looks good, though.
So that's my niece, and she's, I think, 37. So that tells you how long ago that picture was taken.
So that would have been 37 years ago because she looks about 0
Right.
years old.
She is maybe 5 days or 10 days old there.
Right. You look actually more Latino. You were a dark brown haired guy. Huh?
Yeah, I used to be Hispanic. Then I changed.
You were never blonde. You never a blonde?
No, never a blonde.
All right, cool.
No.
I'm gonna restart, guys. I'll be right back. Something's definitely wrong.
Okay.
Sure, buddy. Hey, Eyes Wide Shut. I definitely recognize that guy now.
Yeah.
Even though all the times I feigned recognizing him and acted like, who is this person? Now I remember.
Who the hell is that?
Good to see you, man. Did you see the picture, wife? He just showed it. It was adorable.
Probably my Magnum was one of my role models.
Magnum was great. Still is good. Tom Selleck, but Magnum PI was a great show.
Oh, I loved it.
Mm.
But I was younger. As I've said many times, I probably wouldn't enjoy half the things that I enjoyed 35, 40 years ago.
I think Magnum it probably would transcend time.
Could be.
Attractive women, Ferrari, guns, mystery.
Yep.
What was Higgins? Higgins was great with the dogs.
Yeah, Higgins was great. Yeah.
It's just a cool show all around.
Rick, was that his sidekick that flew the helicopter?
There was Rick and TC. I think was Rick the white guy and TC.
Yeah, TC was the black guy. Yeah.
They were all Vietnam veterans together.
Yeah.
It was a fun show. I looked forward to it. And it was like adult. So me being a kid, I was like, wow, this is like definitely more for adults than kids,
Yep.
Did you wear the short shorts? The Magnum shorts?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they were not a good look.
Cup of tea. This is
Well, I can't believe he pled guilty. I guess he was just like, fuck it, I'm definitely guilty of it. So why fight it?
I can't believe he didn't fight it. Because you know why? This is why I don't think much of people pleading guilty to that law because, I think it's very risky to go to trial again for that law because the upper end of prison sentences is outrageously high.
Sure.
So the government has an unusually strong bargaining position to leverage people to plead guilty to that particular charge. That doesn't mean that he's innocent or guilty. I'm not saying anything at all, but it is funny that he had that video where he says, "Oh my God, that's a terrible thing! Terrible thing you could be one of the worst things."
The one where he said that Trump is ruined because of it.
Yes, or yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And I mean, from the rumblings I heard, he basically was trying to say it was some sort of a journal for historical data accuracy, just to record history.
Yeah, that's fairly similar to the excuse Trump gave for why he had all that classified shit.
Yeah, it's
to memorialize the things he did in his presidency.
You got to bust them. I mean, if this stuff is top secret information, I think if Trump did it, he should have gotten in trouble for it too. But I guess the DOJ didn't think that.
Well, I don't know.
What is the expected sentencing for Tom Bolton?
I don't know.
I thought it was like just a few years in prison or something.
Yeah, I would assume he pled guilty with an understanding that the prosecution will recommend something very light to possibly no prison time, just probation.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if he's going to go to prison. That's very valid. Slap on the wrist.
That's what I would expect. That'll tell you a lot about what he thought the evidence was and what the government thought the evidence was. Of course, Bolton is not a random Joe Random guy. He was a very high ranking person, and now a very high ranking enemy of Trump. So
He served in Trump's cabinet in the first go round, right?
yeah.
Was he the DNI?
Holy cow! I don't think he was DNI. Was he National Security Advisor, maybe, or
Yeah, something.
I don't know. He might have been the DNI, but I don't think so.
What is that sound?
Either RW is being choked to death, or it's some microphone problem.
Just go ahead and mute me. Something's wrong with my computer.
How
Oh, actually, that sounds fine.
he was the National Security Advisor. Yeah, the NSA. Hawkish
Okay.
stance on global issues, advocating for confrontational posture.
Yeah, war with Iran. He must have been having a wet dream when Trump attacked Iran.
Yeah, I mean, what did Bolton want? He wanted to start wars with Russia, Iran, and North Korea simultaneously. Essentially, that would be a complete world war.
Who knows with North Korea? I mean, China says they'll guarantee North Korea, but I don't know if I believe it. Just like I'm not sure I believe that the U.S. will guarantee Taiwan.
You mean the safety thereof?
Yeah, that they'll, if the U.S. attacks North Korea, China will enter the conflict on North Korea's side.
Right. Yeah, so essentially, if that's the case and we did what Bolton wanted, then it would be the U.S. and whatever allies we could scrounge up, which might at this point, or even 5 or 6 years ago, seems like it would have been barely anybody,
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't count on anybody. Wouldn't count on Europe.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would be such a neocon that you would want like such a staggering amount of war. Like small conflicts are one thing, but
Well, I think he's not an idiot. He probably sees the U.S. is transitioning from the only superpower to a position of, if not inferiority, at least less superiority, to where China is also a superpower, and Iran is also making regional power plays. So he doesn't like that. That's not the kind of world he thinks is best for the United States. So, and maybe he's right, but you don't really. It's not all up to us, as I always say.
true. Yeah, I mean, obviously, in hindsight, I wouldn't choose to be where we are now with Iran, mainly because.
We have another falsehood coming forth from Brandon.
We can't trust anything that goes on with them. So any agreement is going to be a fucking lie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're showing that right now with the current agreement, which they started shooting drones at ships right away.
It really
fucking away.
I doubt it would be a lie, because the agreement is so open-ended, vague, and prone to interpretation that they could do almost anything and say they're still complying with the agreement, or they could find an excuse for what agreement. But Brandon wants to know what falsehoods. He seems to be conveniently forgetting that the reason Biden wasn't prosecuted is because he was too senile according to the chief investigator to prosecute.
Yang?
Uh,
I'm probably getting it wrong, but he looked like a Yang.
he was Asian.
He was Asian. No, sorry, I know that's not right, but Asians can laugh too.
I don't think YouTube's going to have any trouble with that comment. Should be good.
No, I don't think so. What do you think's going on with your shit, RW?
So this is the laptop that I haven't touched since I got my working desktop, and I think I used up too much of its CPU, and I think that there's some rogue programs that are running in the background. So I'm just working on stripping it down of all the bulk and looking to see what processes are running, and hopefully I can figure it out.
Are you on the laptop, Mike, or
Yeah, I'm just up in my room on the laptop. I wanted to be able to watch the soccer game at the same time.
what game is tonight?
Right now it's Colombia versus Portugal, which is a heavy game. They're both
That is
very
heavy.
good teams.
Yeah, I was so out of touch the other day when Turkey beat the U.S. That's it, Robert Hur.
Yeah,
I was all bummed out. But then I come to find out, reading about the game afterwards, we had mostly second stringers in, and we had already locked our place in the 32. So that game was essentially for Turkey, not us. So
Let's see. I mean, they were out no matter what, but that makes way more sense how all of a sudden we could be that much different. So
yeah, I don't know the players' names that well, so I didn't pick up on it. But most of the game was played by second string squad, So
right. I didn't realize that because they had their main striker in.
Right. Well, most of them. Hopefully, going forward, we can do okay. If we get past the first game, then we're in the 16, and that's pretty impressive. It's single elimination, I believe, right?
Who are we playing?
Has that been set up yet?
I think half the board's set up. Yeah. Once my computer's not frozen, I can look. I'm literally watching the Ouroboros of Death. That's all I got on my screen.
Huh.
Are you watching any of the World Cup at all, Dance?
Nope, not any of it.
That's fair.
I wouldn't object to it if it was on, but where someplace where I was watching. But I not as far as I know, I don't have access to any streaming service that I have access to. Are there any free telecasts on like YouTube?
I can talk to you about that a little bit later.
He's got some ways for you to watch it. But yeah, dude, the next one is against Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Oh, dude, that's an easy S.
I think that puts us into the 16,
Yeah, that's cool.
which is pretty damn good for our team.
I don't know how far we made it last cup. I don't think. Well, I mean, we were definitely not as good as we are this year. The United States of America soccer team is phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like France or Brazil phenomenal, though, right?
We have to see what happens once we go one-on-one with them. I think we could actually take on Brazil.
Wow. Heavy. So, Last Dance, is your lack of watching the game solely on the fact that you don't have the means to?
Well, I can't afford to get a streaming service that shows them, but it's a level. It's a combination of relatively low level of interest and not wanting to join a streaming service just to watch some soccer.
So it's a bit of a combination of disinterest as well as,
Yep.
yeah, like,
I mean, it's sometimes I'll see these games on when I'm at a restaurant,
yeah.
and I enjoy watching them when they're on there.
Mhm.
It's it's a kind of a game I like. It's mostly defensive with flashes of offense. That's I kind of enjoy that kind of game.
Yeah.
And there is, you know, there is strategic positioning, and you know, it's good to have the ball in their zone.
Hmm.
And there's when do you try and take a shot? It's risky because typically if you miss, the ball is turned over to the other team. So there's a lot in there to enjoy. It's just
Sure.
not something I grew up with, and I just don't seek it out.
Check your Discord DM when you get a chance.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think personally, I like to see the real masters of the game, like Messi, for example. I know he's overhyped, but he's incredible. And when he's within range of the net, his ability to be able to slow the game down and put the ball exactly where he needs to put it to score. Like, you'll see other guys who seem so frantic and they're just trying to like jam the ball in at any cost. Some ball goes in all fucking weird directions. Like, the really good strikers stay so calm in that moment and put the ball right where
Yeah.
they want it, and it's just so impressive.
Yeah, he's
Second-
definitely
Cool as a cucumber.
a real player. Ronaldo right now is meant to be Portugal's version of Messi, but he literally looks like he's just standing around getting his last paycheck. So it kind of sucks for that. Portugal's probably going to be out.
That does suck because Ronaldo's awesome.
He was.
Yeah. In San Francisco. I thought it was July 1st is what I'm coming up with here, unless that changed.
For what? Our next game?
Yes.
That sounds about right.
Well, his. Yeah, I don't know. Senegal. I wonder how they are. No
You
idea.
think Portugal made it into the next round?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really keeping up on it. That's not really how I remember it, Brandon.
I don't know how the rules work in the game though, because they're not meant to be touching each other, but it seems like they're completely allowed to touch each other, even rip on each other and rip on their jerseys. But at some point, they cross the line, and that seems to completely come down to the referee.
Hmm.
So I don't understand the hard rules of the game.
Right. Yeah, in Cup of Tea, you're completely right. If it's a night game here, then it's going to be the next day for you guys. So, booyah. Well thought of, my friend. Well thought of. That's why, hence the different date for him to us. Easy to forget that sort of thing sometimes, even though I shouldn't. I mean, the latest thing, only things I've seen regarding Biden lately, or not Biden, they're Jill Biden. They're Jill. And did you catch any of the interviews she did?
No,
Was it a train wreck?
it's got to be.
She said something about when she saw Joe on stage during that last debate that for a second she thought he had a stroke or something, that when he was frozen up looking at the camera with that, I wouldn't say deranged look, almost deformed look on his face. Like,
The one with his mouth wide open.
yeah. She was like talking about how that she thought he might have had some kind of a medical episode or a stroke or something.
Dr. Jill.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, how does this help him, Jill? He wasn't having a stroke. That's just who he was.
Yeah.
So you felt like all the rest of us in America here that
Stroke of genius.
something's wrong here, you know? If he's not having a stroke, something's really wrong. And it turns out, yeah, something was really wrong.
It was
And
just
even his own wife admits it. So
What we really don't know is how interested Biden himself was in pursuing a second term. I doubt that he I think he probably thought he deserved it, but I don't know that, I think he was so insulated from his realities that he really believed he was fit to serve.
Hmm.
Whereas if if he saw what we saw, he would say, "Holy cow, that guy is way too old. Needs to go out to pasture."
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes, self-awareness, seeing things from other people's eyes, seeing yourself, like it's like a fat person looking in the mirror and thinking, well, I look pretty good, but the rest of the world thinks you look like a lard ass. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard
Yeah.
to see yourself from other people's eyes. Perception is impossible in that sense, I think. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, wife. This one. I would put an age limit for start of the presidency should be no higher than something like 75, when that would mean for their second term, that would mean that it would be off limits for somebody to be in their 80s as president. I think that's
Well, you could just make it 80 for whether it's first term or second term.
well, then you could run into the issue of somebody getting elected when they're 79 and run until 83. So what
Well,
I'm saying is
then
you'd have to put the
76 then.
76 for their second term. For the first term, it could be 4 years earlier, but really the second term is all that matters.
It can't be that complicated. You have to pick an age and say you can't run or be elected for office if you would be 76 or perhaps 80.
Then I would say
or older.
72 is the age.
72. Why do you get 72?
Because at best, somebody could get elected to their first term at 72 and they would be finishing up when they're 80.
Well, you're not entitled to a second term. You have to run for and meet the qualifications for presidency all over again. And if you have an amendment that says you can't be 76 years old or more on January 20th of your inauguration day, then they would be eligible for one term but not two.
Then you're adding a different rule that might actually change. Like you'd have to change the Constitution for that.
You'd have to change the Constitution no matter what. You can't have term limits because it contradicts the Constitution.
Well, you could have the age limit. There's nothing explicit about age in the Constitution.
You can't restrict. The Article 1, Article 2, Article 3. Those are the full rules on who can and can't be president, and who can and can't be in Congress, and who can and can't be a judge. If you want to add an age limit, you'd have to have a constitutional amendment.
Uh-huh. Then fair enough. Then no matter what you're doing, you're altering the Constitution.
Yeah.
Because it's in there that it limits it to 2 terms, obviously, right? When did that start? The FDR or something like
after
that?
After FDR, yeah.
After FDR, that's what I thought. Bricky on a rant. How you doing? Yeah. You know him?
No. Bricky, did you come in from the Dynasty server invite?
Socialism is on the way. It does seem like that in a way, doesn't it?
It's disturbing. It does seem like.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
It does seem
Sometimes my eyes don't go down there.
See, I can't see anybody in the green room.
Classic Africans in the background. Oh, there he is. He's in the front.
Yeah, I've been in the background for a long time, and just sitting here, you guys ignoring me, I'm getting angry.
Yeah.
That's the way.
What?
White guys get angry all the time, you know. Shit. You know, how can we vent this crap? Now, do you recognize it? What's going on here in the world right now? Do you think it's an equal thing? Should we give it equal? You know, people being equal, like you guys are capacitated. You have capacity of thought over that. You understand history, dialects, you know, the dialectic, I guess, you know. Yeah, many people don't. They're just fucking drones, bro. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do? How are we gonna make this work?
I just need to write to my local congressman, and I can solve whatever problems I have.
And this, I don't know how this work. When you doesn't it have to be an odd number so you can have a majority? Otherwise,
It's just nonsense. The only reason these are just people that can't, want to game the system because they're not getting their
They
way.
hate them all the time. That's the whole thing with what happened with 2008. All right, the government took over. Oh yeah, the bailing of the banks. Right, the same thing as when COVID happened. The same thing. You know, let's bail out everything. Government becomes that. People believe now that government does that for them. You know, without that, what do they have? Nothing. Oh no, no guarantees. Oh my God, the banks. Oh my God.
yeah, the bailing of the banks
Yeah.
was odd. Is the link not in the description? I swear to God, I put it in there. That's how you guys all got on, right?
Yeah, it's in the description.
It's in the description, Brick.
He's a brick and we're drowning slowly.
I don't think
Hey,
the Supreme Court is a difficult one. I think there should be some changes made in it. And by sheer chance or circumstance, I don't think it should just be like dumb luck that it happens to be that one president gets a windfall of people just because of the Senate or Congress or people dying on the court, and he gets it literally is just kind of chance. And the reason I say this is because although it happened for the Republicans this time, the chickens will come home to roost someday, and it'll happen for the Democrats, and you'll have a completely lopsided court in the other direction. I don't think either way that's a good thing. I think
that's kind of one
Perfection.
of the consequences of winning, and losing.
Hey,
don't
can
know.
you do this, Bricky? All right, he seems real.
It's a brick.
I'm not allowed to turn my camera off now, gentlemen, just because I'm
Sure.
not the most attractive person in the
Go
world.
ahead,
you
go
know, I
ahead,
don't
go ahead.
want-
You're fine, dude.
Oh,
I don't
pish
want-
posh.
Oh my God, I'm
Unlike me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely holding a beauty contest on this live
Hey,
stream.
I saw the title International Pub. I saw the title
What was that?
International Pub, and I
Yeah.
thought, what better to have up here than a Brit who actually calls them pubs? You know.
Yeah, this was started by guys from Manchester, UK, a couple of Manx. So they went on to bigger and better things in
Well, I'm a Geordie, my friend. I'm a Geordie. I'm from Newcastle.
Newcastle. Okay, cool. Yeah, your accent is definitely a little different from what we're used to here from the UK.
Yeah,
So,
well,
like that, I can talk a bit like this if you want me to. You know what I mean? I can talk a bit
No,
like
I like it all.
that.
I like
Anyway,
the fact that from within one country, there's so many obvious differences of accent. It's pretty unusual.
I mean, you've got the same thing in America as well, haven't you? If you're from the north to the south, the east to the west. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Oh, your
Exactly.
country is as big as one of our states, and you have
I
so
can
many
drive
little.
across my country in one day. You
Right.
have to take a camper van and do a full summer holiday to get from one side to the rest. That would honestly, that I would love that. I could just imagine what some of your childhoods were like when you went on the summer holidays in a van
impressive that you
traveling
have
across the country.
so much
Yeah.
such highlight.
Yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do is see slowly travel across and see everything. I've taken a train across the country, but that was, to be honest,
To be honest, man, when I was a kid, I hitchhiked. I used to do that. I hitchhiked. One of the greatest hitchhikes I did was about 1,200 kilometers from Botswana, Gaborone, all the way to Windhoek, Namibia. Right? I did that with friends because we actually said, yeah, I can get some smoke.
Yeah.
You know, I did it, man. It worked.
Plastic.
guys-
Why are you using why are you using kilometers?
I come from that.
You're British. Why are you using kilometers? It should be miles.
Yes, sir. Of course I'm British.
I know plastic, by the way, gentlemen. I know plastic. Me and plastic go back.
That's why, again, with the Americans, go for all sorts of unique versions I've worked with in the world. That's how it is. The world is.
There are saving grace at the moment. America is literally the leading superpower in what I would even say so, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
and I know
believe that. Yes, the Western Foundation I will always stand for, sir. And we are the best of the best. We will never be taken down because you know it, guys. You know it in your hearts. You know, nothing breaks that, does it? Right?
well, Islam's actually doing a good job of it at the moment. Plastic in Britain,
you know what I mean? You're from that. You're from that blessing. Like your ancestry was like, yeah, they were beaten down, bro. And we came out the other end. Yeah.
It looks like the UK is starting to have their own MAGA movement kind of going on.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but America needs to help us out, man, because these fuckers have stolen like you don't want to know out of us. You know what you had like with Joe Biden? Corn pop. And corn pop was selling how much away from your country? Come on, guys. You know, that's what we have. But we got to be like, yeah, where's my money? It's okay. Let's import people to make that money back play.
Yeah, the GDP go up. Isn't GDP based on what taxes will be paid? GDP is based off the taxes that will be paid. A lot of people were
saying, yes, sir. Per capita is the one we need to actually argue about. Like per capita, because I earn and they don't earn, and they shouldn't be here.
Per capita doesn't mean that. Per capita does not mean that.
Now,
I do apologize, gentlemen.
Harsh with this, man.
Plastic. I think it's a little bit. I think it's a bit much for these three gentlemen above us. The fact that they have this brand new accent on you, being me. Obviously, you're a frequent. But boys, I just want to say this to you: the Americans do not need to help Britain. All they need to do is not help anybody else, because Britain will eventually, with the Irish leading the front, right? Okay, we've got the jocks in the far north.
I'm a Mormon, man. I'm a fucking Mormon. Where do you think fucking Mormonism comes from? America.
I am trying to be polite there, gentlemen. I am known for my roasting skills, right?
I can't hear two people speaking at once, so it's got to be like one at a time. Let's let Bricky finish what he was saying, then we'll transition over to you, African.
Thank you. That was that's how a conversation goes, Plastic. So Steve's just like handed it over to me. I will keep this short, Plastic. But back to the point where I was going to. America doesn't really need to help us. They just need to not help anybody else. America is doing way, way more than anybody could have ever thought. It's absolutely needed in the fight for this whole global takeover, which is happening. If anyone with any open eyes can see what has happened in the past like 10, 20 years and what is leading to happen, we just need to take out certain people and put them back in their places. And I think Christianity is where that would start. You know what I mean? It didn't do no wrong in the past, in a sense, compared to what's happening now. And
you like the Inquisition?
Sorry?
You like the Inquisition and the Crusades?
I'll be honest with you, my friend. I'm the last 5-7 years, I've been converting closer to God. Obviously, as I get older and stuff like that happened in my life, if I've got a family, with a job, and I'm looking at the way this country's going, and we see a certain religion, or rather call it cult, taking over, and the liberals and the Dems and the socialists, you are feeling it yourselves in America, gentlemen. I mean, come on, look at what's just happened in the last local elections. Mondani, he's endorsed these socialists and whatnot. Like AOC was actually good compared to these people what have been brought in, and it's just going to continue trickling downhill. But
let me make a quick comment. I have nothing wrong with following Christ. I follow Christ, but I am not comfortable with the church running the state. I don't want anybody
that's why there's a separation between church and state. That's why there's a separation, distinctively,
that needs to be maintained.
Separation of church and state.
Yes,
that separation is being tested right now.
Right.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I woe for the joining of the union, because then we reach the second dark age. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's inevitable that there's going to be some sort of conflict.
Lee.
All religions are close. I agree with that, but what would be
man. It's what you want
to
to have in this world, right? Is that what we have, isn't it? What we do. We can't look at it, even if you're an atheist. Okay, what is that? Right? These people, atheists, are you an atheist? God, you damn heathens. Remember, loads of people are heathens. They ain't caring about what we believe in. No, not at all. They caring about what they can gain from society. And
Is that how you feel, Last Dance?
Yeah, I truly believe, like, when people are in need. I mean, if you saw some fucker running to some other fucker, you knew he was like in trouble, you'd be like, yeah, gun up. You take him out, man.
He's got a very foul mouth, this plastic African.
Man, that's the way it was.
I don't know. Intervening with
don't you know it, man? Why?
Intervening with a firearm into other people's business can be a way to get
engagement in my life.
I wanted to hear the rest of what you were saying.
Okay, the harsh
intervening with a firearm can be a way to watch.
Can be dicey because you don't understand necessarily everything that's going on. So sometimes you're best to hang back and protect you and your own rather than to intervene in other shit.
And one should understand why we have come here together, why we are the Western Foundation, why we believe in this thing, why we are Christian. What it is that Christianity took away from the world. While the Christ is like, fuck you, Satan, I got your balls. It's cool.
I don't think it ever says that in the Bible.
What book is that in?
I've never read that. I mean, I'm not all the way through it, but I'm almost certain it doesn't say that.
Yeah, I know it doesn't say that. That's why when Christ, he went down and took the.
It's in second Paraphrasians.
Exactly, I got your balls, buddy.
Was this in the book of Revelations?
I was so angry.
No, Paraphrasians, where you paraphrase.
Christ took the devil's
I mean,
yeah.
Regardless of what it says in the Bible, people are free to interpret things however they want, I suppose.
We do have that freedom.
Well,
because certainly some of it has to be interpreted. The stuff about the devil walking around with cloven hoof is probably not accurate.
Well, it's not in scripture.
Whoa. Now, whoa. Right? Are you gentlemen misgendering Satan? Right?
No, it's more like...
Pretty sure he's androgynous by choice.
Right, and therein lies why metal bands became androgynous, because it went in line with the whole 666, the number of the beast, rock and roll, devil horns.
More so the Baphomet aspect, but I see where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the association was made first that rock and roll was devil music, and then rock and rollers just embraced that. Maybe that's how it went. Like probably. In the 50s, the 50s.
I think that's linear.
Right.
It's
So the
Christianity,
50s parents called it
Christianity.
devil music. So the 60s and 70s rockers said, all right, you want it to be devil music? Fuck it. We're going to name our band Black Sabbath.
That can't be right. Can it?
And Chris was like, "Hold my beer."
Is the angel of light, right? That's what he always said in the beginning to God. Why he was so perfect. The angel of light, standing for God. That's music, right? You know that in the Hebrew existence, why Jerusalem exists.
Oh, well, if I knew I was allowed to smoke weed on camera, I would have just done it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're in a place where it's legal cannabis here in Massachusetts. So that legality extends everywhere around the world if you happen to be here at my pub.
See, that's what Steve. That's what attracted him to this live. Steve, I'll be honest with you, my friend. I've never came across you in my life before, right? Okay, I do frequent the internet a little bit often, and a lot of the time I'm on American channels as well and some British channels. But the international pub title grabbed us, and I looked at the thumbnail, and it was just use free sitting there, right? Okay, and I thought, right, these fuckers look, pardon me French, these fuckers look like a funny bunch. I'm sure I could fit in there. And when I listened to you and you were talking about politics and the Biden thing, I thought, oh shit, this is even more my style. It is, but it's good to know that like the banter can swing back and forth. It could be serious, it could be fun. Nothing's ever too, it's the end of the world, it's whatnot. It's just a conversation where and I'm allowed to drink. Now it's a pub. Since it's a pub, right? I'm allowed to have a whiskey on
What do you got there?
whiskey.
Well, Bricky's name.
Irish Commission? Is it?
No, it's called
Bricky is.
It's the cheap shit. It's the cheap shit, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
High Commissioner.
£10.79 for what is it? But that's British. That's British pounds. So for you Americans, that's like probably like $150.
No, it's like $13.
Come on, East Wind.
Last
A Bricky, man.
We're reaching 1-to-1 real fast.
You are, but Canada's still really far behind. Canada is really far behind.
Last Dance, can you flash your bottle?
Yeah, Bricky, they're American. Just don't do the flashing because they know the fashion.
There it is. Smokehead.
See, that
15
looks,
years.
Yeah.
That looks like something
America is just.
I shouldn't be allowed next to because that obviously looks like an expensive bottle.
Man.
Yeah, that's
That was that middle shelf?
Yeah, I would say so.
one shelf down from top.
Right.
Probably.
The top
See,
shelf.
I'm not sure what that means, right? All I do love whiskey is my only form of drink, right? Okay, I can't drink lager. I don't enjoy it, right? Let's say, right? I can't drink any kind of alcohol, but for me, I never drunk alcohol at all. It was a time in my life, something happened. My nana passed away, and I went to a dark place in more ways than one, and whiskey was the go-to drink. Don't ask us why, don't ask us how, but I could drink.
Bricky, are you okay?
Lee,
Why? Why do you ask?
Oh, Bricky, you want to talk to a therapist?
we got a Mank here.
We're all certified therapists.
Yo,
Yeah.
hello,
What's
all.
up, Lee?
God bless
Certifiable.
America, home of the brave. How you all doing?
Home of the brave, yes. Land
Hey,
of the
Lee.
free. Yeah,
Hello.
What's up, Lee?
He's not a mank. He's not a mank.
I'm not a bank. I live in Manchester, but I'm originally from Gloucestershire. So
I was going to say you just do not have a Mancunian accent, right? Okay, so don't try and fool me.
that's very true. I'm not a real mank, that's for sure.
Right, so, and I'm not doing this to get at Lee, right? Okay, I just think that semantics and facts are very important sometimes. So if Lee has ever claimed to be a mank, right? Okay, he's not. Right?
No, I never have. I live in Manchester, but
He's like
I've never
fantastic
claimed to be a mank. On the promise.
Right.
but
I
where
see
do-
him
where
as
do you
that.
live?
I see him as that ignorantly because that's where I know he's at. But
That's right. Yeah.
that doesn't mean that that's where he's from per se. So it is what it is.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So if you're a mank, it would be like can I ask Steve? Can I ask you a personal question? And you don't have to answer it, obviously, right?
Yeah.
What what state would you be from? You know, like and then-
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So you would distinctively have like a name for people from there, like I don't know what's called
Masshole.
Masshole.
Masshole, right? So if you were to move to I don't know Chicago, would you then become a Chicagoan or whatever, Chicagoan? What?
No, but I'm not one of these people that says you have to be born in a place to be a local. I think you can attain local status, but I think it takes
Assimilation.
10 years maybe.
Assimilation.
And see, I'm someone who says, if you decide that you are a Chicagoan, then that's what you are. It's,
Yeah, God bless you if you do.
See, but the thing is, in order to be one, don't you have to be accepted as one by the Chicagoan?
well, I would accept you just because you said you were, because you
Yeah,
have.
but this is the liberal
enough pride
mindset,
of-
gentlemen. You are given the liberal mind. I do apologize now. I do have to like pipe up a little bit, but this is the liberal mindset is what has let the left indoctrinate the countries across the world. Well, if you say you are, then okay, we have to. This is what leads to men going into women's bathrooms, right? Okay.
I don't think so. 'Cause
I mean, it does. It does. And running in women's sports and stuff like that. You know, we have to basically say at some point, fuck you, right? Okay, you can be a part of our community, but you abide by our rules. You know, like, when have you ever been able to go into the hood as a white man, right, and be called the N-word with, like, actual, like, credibility? It doesn't happen. Stop fooling yourselves, gentlemen. We're in an international pub, yeah. Minds are clashing, thoughts are going. Right, okay? Let's go.
I mean, I see where you're coming from with that idea, because we're just sort of bullshitting about like whether or not a person within the country of the U.S. can, or in this other example, in the UK, someone who's born in the country can claim a specific region. Now, that's vastly different from someone being born in Syria and immigrating over to Manchester and then now saying all of a sudden they're a Manx. Now, hell fucking no, they're not, okay?
Immigrating. It's
Yeah, so like
Manchester's-
we're talking more like someone in the U.S. moving to a different state. How long does it take to
You
become?
know, I have a brother, guys,
Never,
who's
never,
a state trooper.
Never,
in
never.
I have
Okay,
a brother
fair.
who's a state
you would
trooper.
be accepted. No, you would be accepted. You would never be classed.
Man. You know,
You
guys,
would
hear
never
me
be
out.
classed as a
No,
as
no,
a
hang on,
trooper.
hang on. Hear me out. My brother
ahead,
is
go
a
ahead,
state
Alfred.
trooper in America.
which state?
If I will say, okay, fine, I will. Oregon.
Go on.
Okay, it's
Go
not
on.
like that. We're going to be able to
Yeah,
figure
West
out
Coast, yeah.
who he
There's
is.
only 52 of them.
No, he's been there. He's cool, man. You know, he's lived there now a long time as kids.
We're including Canada in that, though.
Canada, right?
No, it's
Last
cool.
name
I
African.
can't believe I wouldn't believe what he went through, but he's my younger brother. I'm glad he didn't go to the military. I stopped him going to the
Brother is
military.
rubber.
This is
African.
why
He
you're
left,
called
he
plastic
left England
African.
and he went
you're
to
fake.
America because he was a Mormon and we are Mormons, and married a Mormon girl and became a state trooper.
Moments.
Yeah.
Moments. What was it? What was the? Who was?
Come on, man. Why would I
Who
bring
was
that
the
up?
founder of Mormonism? He couldn't even read. He put his
No,
hand on
but
the tablet and said he
to
could.
me is
Was
where
it-
it was like the
It's not as bad as Muhammad.
Was
He's
it
never
the,
as bad as Muhammad.
was it
it's
Brigham
Joseph
Young?
Smith,
Brigham
man.
Young, is that right?
Yeah, Brigham Young, Joseph Smith. Yeah, of course.
That sounds like an Islam pedophile.
Right.
Yeah,
Bring him young.
Yeah, but it's old school.
It's an
Yeah,
Islamist pedophile. Bring him young.
look, in the beginning of America, okay, this is the reason why. Like America had like a low land. You guys realize that, don't you?
How young is he?
I mean, this
Yeah,
guy.
ironically-
Bricky, do you realize how much they have that say here? The goal.
Plastic. I'm enjoying myself, mate. Right? Stop putting
What
the damn
happened to
down,
you,
right?
RW? What's going
We've
on?
got we've got Steve last
got
dance and
phase
W,
one,
right?
but-
Okay, W definitely has ADHD like me, okay, but I've had me Ritalin, right? Because he can't sit fucking still. Last dance, he's so polite and fucking, you know, like
Thank you.
I mean, And Steve, where the fuck Steve's went now? He better be going to get us refreshments and some more Doritos.
He went to
Cheetos.
water his lawn with some yellow water.
Oh, right. That we'll back chat about that, right? Okay, because
Right.
you know, but we have showers in the west, right? Golden sprinkles.
Oh, you do you?
Did he just say doo doo? He said doo doo, didn't he?
Oh, do. So you have showers in the west, you say?
What'd you take with for? What do you mean? In the West, we're civilized. We're not like you Africans. You know what I mean? Still
My
live in fucking
God,
mud.
bro. Why are you being so fucking hostile to me, man?
Plastic.
Well,
I was very polite until you jumped up. Now, Plastic. Last dance in W, right? Last dance in W. You know, yeah. I will tell you, me and Plastic go back a long way, and Plastic knows what I can be like. That's not the way I'm being tonight. I'm trying to have a civilized conversation with some gentlemen in an international pub. Plastic is jumped up here, mortal drunk. That would be like very, very alcohol intensified, right? Okay.
Don't worry, we're big boys here.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love
So,
plastic.
oh my God.
Yeah, but I'll roast you at last, so I will. I'll slap you around this pub if you want, mate. I will batter you over the head with a pool cue.
And you won't. I mean, why would you do that?
I thought you said we were civilized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm civilized, but I'm gonna bash you around the head.
There you go. Sorry, Lee. You're being very quiet, Lee. Tell this fucker now, Plastic, right? Okay, because I'm trying to have a conversation with you three gentlemen up here, right? And Plastic over here has been a bit of a dickhead, a bit of a twat, right? And I'm biting me tongue, Lee. Please, you can hear it in the tone of my voice. As a Brit, right? You're not a Manc, but you're a Brit. I mean, you're very far south of like where I'm from, so you're a bit of a wanker yourself. But like, please, like, defend me.
Reasonable.
Sorry, you cut out there. I'm very what?
Doesn't matter. The moment's lost. You're just as much as a wank as he is, Lee. Right? Okay. Now I'm trying to have a civilized conversation with you gentlemen. What were we talking about? How fucking stupid Biden was.
We're gonna hand out the wanker trophy at the end of the pub. So whoever,
No, it's a twat trophy. It's a twat trophy.
yeah, whoever earns it, we'll give it to them.
Right. Well, whoa. I need what's the criteria to meet for that? Because if there's a trophy to be won, for fuck's sake, I want to win it.
The criteria is organic. It's just that organically is handed out.
Wait there, don't be handing out trophies to every fucker else that doesn't win, though. I'm not having this fucking second place person getting a trophy.
You can't win
get a trophy.
You can't win the wanker trophy. That firmly belongs to Keir Starmer. You know that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Keir Starmer.
Yeah, I could be a bigger wanker than Keir Starmer. I could definitely be a bigger wanker than Keir Starmer.
Fuck me, you'd have to do a lot, Ricky, if that's the case. Jesus.
Think about it in the opposite sense. Think about it in the opposite sense. I'd be a wanker to a different group of people. I'd be a wanker to the left. The left would hate me.
Oh, you are wanking to the left. You wank to the right.
I'm that far right. If the earth was flat, I'd fall off the end of the fucking mate. Honestly.
You know what's really funny to me?
In British
terms, I'm gonna get a drink.
There you go. It's okay. Let's go from here and move on in the next phase of the world. Besides our own little,
Is there
I'm going to talk like this from now on, gentlemen.
What would we bring to the world if we could?
Did I miss something?
Help me out.
Frankenstein's murder.
I need to know. What I do? How can I make the world better?
Well, how are we meant to know, young Plastic?
Well, I want to. I really do. I really want some. And I know it's like young men, kids, all that. They can actually take.
That's too sweet.
What they have. What we have.
What's young Steve drinking? Steve, what you drinking there, son? This is too sweet. Is that a cider?
Something he doesn't like, so he's going to fix it.
It was a bit sweet there.
I've only ever seen him lately drink Bud Light and schnapps.
Oh my gosh, Bud Light. For fuck's sake. Drink it about 6 months ago, yes, but No. Dylan Mulvaney ruined that.
I bet those cans are very valuable now.
I bet there's not many.
Probably
Do you know what it is? Last dance. Now you've just said that. Now you've actually said that, right? Some exist. They probably would be valuable.
Here's a
to
first
some
for the
folk.
pub.
Water? Or is that vodka in a Deer Park
Boy, that's
bottle?
nice.
It's
What is it?
That was
Sure.
vodka because he said, "Oh, it's nice."
Pardon me.
Thinking
See,
$5.
guys, I'm trying to create a technology where you guys can share your beer with me directly. Yeah,
You're getting fuck all. You're getting
can
fuck
come
all
in.
from me.
Exactly. You guys don't even know. You guys are like non-believers.
I would not trust the straw coming out of the computers, man. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you
Sure.
there. I swear down, right? Honestly, plastic. That I wouldn't give you the steam off my shit, right? Okay, honestly.
Oh, really? Oh, you really know.
I know, but you're a greedy bastard. You are.
Oh, I'm a greedy bastard.
Well, you talk in a posh British accent. You call yourself a plastic African, right? Okay.
Is
Yet
it
you
South
pick up the rest
African
of the
accent?
world.
Very interesting.
Oh, that really hurts me, man.
Brandon,
Oh.
what's your comment mean, Brandon? What kind of talk is that even?
High Commissioner.
Please give us a sentence to explain what type of talk that is, so that we know the qualifier.
Is that? Would you be talking to me, young sir?
No, Dank Brandon saying that he's accusing the group of of talking in a certain way, which I don't even know what that is. I'm trying to get a sentence of what that is.
You're
There'll
so
be a lot of.
you're too embarrassed to even say the word girl
Already
cock. aren't
tonight,
you?
it's basically, I think what he's saying is that there's been a little bit.
Oh, okay. I thought it was some. Sorry to hurt your feelings there, buddy.
Yeah, fuck off and get a fucking tissue, will you? Yeah,
I
wipe
didn't
your
even
eyes.
know we talked about that. Did you guys go on a huge
Listen,
trans
honestly,
rant?
you know people like that,
Really?
right?
Not really. We can definitely ramp it up, though.
I mean, I talked about androgyny earlier with regards to rock and roll and the juxtaposition of that to Satan, and
Yeah, but that the trans people can't hijack androgyny. That's not fair.
exactly. Exactly. Just
Oh,
like gay
listen,
people can't
this is a
hijack,
good one. Let's get on the trans argument. Let's get on
just
that
the
there.
same way that gay people can't completely hijack a rainbow, because I love
Maybe.
rainbows.
Ricky, are you gay?
I like
Who
rainbow.
doesn't look at
Okay,
the sky and see a rainbow and be like, "Oh man, that's beautiful." The
Come on.
refraction of light through the rain clouds and
Being gay.
creates a prism. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm not going to coalesce to some group that says that that's theirs now. No, it's just
It is a
not
whole
gonna
different
happen.
color code as well, okay? Because if you literally look at it, okay, and you ask on a daily basis anybody from the, let's just say that community, you know, the whole it's basically like an ever changeable Wi-Fi code built by a fucking very intelligent AI. It always changes. LGBTQ plus fucking one eye, fucking so it's nonsensical. I don't understand how the women of this day and age, right, okay, went through feminism, all these waves of feminism, right, okay, he's fought for all your women's rights. Yeah,
Okay, Bricky.
What? I'm talking.
No, I know you are. But
Sorry,
when
in
the
the
feminists
middle of my
say
sentence, interrupt the
suffrage,
beginning of
are
your
you
sentence.
talking about suffrage? Are you talking about suffrage?
Well, if you let us, if you let us finish
Yes,
the
right.
sentence.
And the suffrage was mainly for men, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You see, if
the
you let
men
me
there,
finish the
working
sentence,
class come back
if you
and
let
have
me
a fucking
finish,
voice.
if you let me finish the sentence, what's the matter? Are you simping?
I thought you guys were friends.
Back to what I was saying. All of these women, right, okay, that have stood up for women's rights and stuff like that, right? Obviously, the certain waves of feminism, like, I'll go with them. But now you've got these very same women turning around saying, well, you can't say that. You can't say that she's not allowed. She, by the way, is a man with a big dick, right? Again, bollocks bigger than fucking, my butt cheeks. Right?
I like when you said big.
That they're not allowed in women's sports or in your daughter's bathrooms. No, you can't do that. That's inclusive. So basically, what you females are doing with your matriarchy, right, is basically letting the patriarchy take back over you again from inside, right? While us men are trying to help you, the real men from outside, and point this out to you, yous are just oblivious, and I really can't help people like that. I can't.
No, and my point is, and this came up in a Senate hearing once, and it was regarding a person from Texas being questioned by a Democrat, and the Democrat said, "Are you trying to keep trans people out of Texas?" And the answer that the person gave was, "No, I'm just trying to keep them out of the wrong bathroom." And that's how I feel. I don't care if adults want to exist and dress like girls or boys or anything in between. 2 rules. Don't fucking interfere with anybody's bathroom, and don't interfere with children. I don't see big groups of straight people saying, let's have, straight, carpenter library reading hour, or like fishermen are going to come and read books about why do these trans people have to have trans story hour? What the fuck is that about? Let's just have everybody live their lives and not, fuck with bathrooms and fuck with kids. It seems pretty simple to me.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
brother.
Absolutely right. True. But you were going about like the rainbow flag and,
No, it wasn't the flag, Lee.
Said the damn boy never said a flag, Lee. Don't fucking put words in
I
his
thought
mouth.
that's what you were referring to.
No,
Because I was-
I'm talking about
That's
Yeah,
Ricky,
you
wasn't
wait,
that? One thing that's
straight,
annoying in
right?
this country.
You
when
don't
it
like
comes
to cock up your ass. You don't like to, suck cock. You're not into that, right?
hold on a second, Klasnick.
Well,
Hold on.
most of you are straight, right? No, I mean, that's the thing, right?
I want to talk to Lee for a second. So, Lee,
I was just saying, it's Bricky knows the one very annoying thing in this country about flags in particular is that you can fly a gay flag, you can fly a Palestinian flag. As soon as you fly an English flag, you're deemed to be racist. And I honestly, it's a real bad situation, because a lot of the local councils in some areas are actually banning it. Imagine this for a second, right? That Americans are proud of their country and they fly their flag. When I watch TV, there can just be a normal resident who's got a flag outside his house or whatever. Imagine flying your flag and people turning around to you and going, "You're racist." And that's what it's like in this country if you fly an English flag. It's ridiculous.
that
Absolutely
is
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, sir.
But it's
and
real.
wrong.
It's real.
It's
That's what's
wrong.
going on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wrong, right?
I've heard of some
Wrong.
pretty wild
Absolutely.
things happen in the
Yeah.
UK.
We
People
know it's
praying, getting arrested for praying. People.
Say
Called
it.
Yeah, of course. One,
Say that you're
one
praying
word.
outside of a murder farm. Right?
One guy got in huge trouble for yelling out 3 words: "I love bacon."
Yeah.
Fucking arrested his ass.
Yeah, and I think
But
I
you
said to
can
you before,
shout
the
you can
worst
shout
one was
Allah Akbar.
when they were in London. There was when there was like the march for the Tommy Robinson.
people.
I think it was a 17 or 18-year-old that shouted out to a copper on a horse, "Your horse is gay," and he got arrested. And I think he had to do something like, I think he got a 6-month term. He would have done 3 months of that. But now he's got
Has right too, Lee.
There's worse than that, brother.
You can't gender shame the horse.
Yeah, I know, but listen, to arrest him and put him through that as such a young lad, I mean, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but the horses. Think about the horse's feelings. You misgender
I
that.
know you're being sarcastic, Ricky.
I'm being serious. He called out the
The guy
horse
said
and
your
he
horse
was like, nay.
Excellent. He's really down after he said that. And he goes, "What? Why the long face?" Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right. But
RW, that's funny because nay is the old speak way of saying
conversation, please.
RW. Nay being the sound the horse makes is also the way of saying no in the old days. So your joke actually
Medieval. Yeah.
pretty comical there, buddy. I like that. Pretty shrewd.
I mean, I got that joke straight away there. You did deliberately mean to do that, didn't you? Please tell me you did. Steve had to explain that, because once a joke's been explained, it no longer has the impact. on anybody that didn't get it, right? I got it. It still has the impact. Please tell me you didn't understand what you said, because it would be funnier if you didn't actually understand what you had said.
If I had accidentally fell on that joke, it would be better, yes. But
Yeah.
sadly, that was wit.
Oh, well, you're still, well, at least it's not sarcasm. Sarcasm is always the lowest form of wit, isn't it?
Yeah, I spend most of my time with the lowest form of wit.
Yeah,
It immediately,
well,
it immediately reminds me of the Wild Rover, I believe, is the Irish drinking song. I say no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Anybody?
Nope.
Or is that Irish Rover? One or the other.
I just know the Irish drinking song from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Hi-di-di-di-di-di-di-di-di-di-di.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
potatoes. You'll never get me pot of gold, laddie.
I mean,
So many
Brandon,
potatoes.
I'm happy to have you, but if you hate it that much, you can leave. But I
Oh,
would,
that's a potato, man.
Because we had an opinion about gay people, and we made a comment randomly in the chat, and now we're all really gay and need to come out of the closet.
Yeah, man, you all gay, man. Repent, you
Because
fucking
we
gay.
had an opinion randomly along the conversation, we're all flaming homosexuals that need to talk about it more.
I think we should all now include Dank Brand, right? The little retard in the chat. I think we need to address him individually, because obviously he's seeking attention, isn't he, Dank Brand? And he's obviously he's sitting there telling people what we're talking about it's basically boring. But yet he finds the time to comment on it and stay here. So obviously it's basically like the Islamic dilemma. It either is or it isn't, right? And either way, it's fucking wrong. So you being here and commenting about it, dank fucking whatever you're called, is wrong. You you've got my head hurting. I haven't got enough whiskey to deal with these people in chat.
I'll say it again. I appreciate everyone who's here.
Oh no, I do appreciate him. I mean, he's given some comedic value to the place, and everyone this is an international pub. What happens in the pub? Everybody takes their turn at getting the piss taken out of them. Right? Okay. Now, Plastic African's turn is now, because he looks like a girl with that long hair.
Fuck off! I'm getting my guitar.
Fucking Rapunzel, let down your big hair.
Man,
Looks good. Looks like a Viking, dude.
All you have to do is use the guitar and he's instantly straight again.
Yeah,
Look, shit is long as fuck.
fucking hell, man. You know
He looks like that atheist. What's that atheist called? Matt Dollahaney's friend.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just saw a small bird fly out.
There's some cornflakes and some fucking Rice Krispies.
Exactly.
Man.
A couple of Cheeto crumbs in there as well.
So it's good you haven't let it turn to dreads. You keep it clean. Right on.
I mean, you know it, man. Come on.
You haven't seen his pubic hair, have you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure Smoke Life has a good source for that.
Difficult, man.
That indicates that you have though, Bricky.
All right, don't be like that.
Listen, I'm not aware what I'm opening. Right, okay, my emails, right, okay, my private DM, they're a bit of a shock to me sometimes, rightly. Now, when plastic sends me stuff under, please don't open, right? Okay, you know I'm going to open it.
Yeah,
right?
too right.
Let's get a text out to a guy to get him in here. See where he is.
Well, he's not in here, is he? For starters, we know that.
Are you talking about Belshi? Or are you talking about?
No, I don't text Walshy. I'm talking about Aphid Lip.
Oh,
Did you see Welshie
yeah.
from Wales, the auditor?
Based Welshman. Yeah. I
seen his dog. His dog.
Trigger.
Yeah. Trigger.
Dog. Oh, he's a belter, Welshie. He's a belter.
Yeah, he's usually here. He'd be in full blast mode right now.
Don't tell him Bricky's been here, right? Because if he knows I've been here, right, okay, then he'll tell me fucking care worker, and I've sneaked out of the house, right, okay. So
You guys,
All right.
we won't even remember to tell him, so you're safe.
Yeah, you're good.
can we just edit that bit out? Whoever's an admin and editing department, would just like snub that bit out there.
Steve's our tech guy, so Steve will get right on that.
Brilliant. Hey, listen, I know you're clever bastards.
Timestamp 119 to 120.
You can fuck off, you, Steve. Right? Fucking Steve taking timestamps.
That's how I'm going to remember to delete it.
I like it. I like the flip reverse. I have nothing to come back at that with. I have to believe you or not.
He
and you know what
is
it is?
here.
I'm going to leave it hanging there.
Hi, Avid.
What's up,
What's
Adrian?
going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
I'm gonna go out and come in again, see if I come back.
Have your admin
You going
privileges?
to water your garden as well, Last Dance?
What's that?
You going to go and water your garden as well?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
What about the kitchen sink?
He's like a camel. He doesn't pee during the pub, it seems like.
Oh, I do sometimes.
Just on the floor where he sits.
Yeah, he does it right in his pants.
20 more years, man. We're at new territory.
Are you telling me he's got a colostomy bag? Is that what it is?
No, he
No,
doesn't.
he wears a man nappy.
Not yet.
No, just so you're. What is it? Not the. He's not. He doesn't have a shit bag. He just has a piss bag.
Yeah, but
Catheter
it's
bag.
just-
Yeah, he's got a catheter bag.
you see, I've got a hose pipe through my Jap's eye, right, okay, into the fucking Walmart bag. Right, it works just as well.
That
Walmart
sounds-
bag.
That's the most sanitary setup I've heard of in quite a while.
Aphid, are you quiet for some reason? Your audio?
I want like kind of. Am I up to date? Like, am I behind?
Bye-bye.
No, I feel like your audio is a little low. Can you just talk directly into that mic so we can see that you're?
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, it's the mic. Your mic is fine. Okay. Just yeah,
I'll
it
turn it
sounds
up a
good.
little.
It's just not as
Oh,
bombastic.
It's all the way up.
I noticed that.
That was quick, Last Dance. That was quick.
I took off echo.
Didn't help.
You didn't get your admin privileges back?
Nope.
I gotta have a
That's 'cause
backup
I
admin.
took him away. He was kind of a dasshole last week, and I was like, nope.
It was about time.
This motherfucker is getting stripped of all privileges.
Oh, wait a second.
It's devastating.
I think you deleted your privileges, so I have to do it again. So you guys got to start talking amongst yourselves for a few minutes.
Or hours. We got you, bro.
Hey, Aphid Lip, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
All right. Got
His
some
mic pickup is
hot
really
days coming your way.
Yeah. Don't we all? Those Brits,
Yeah.
like, they don't know what to do with themselves. It's so hot over there, right?
Do you have your
Yeah, it's hot.
did you change any of your mic settings in your Aphid Lip? Because your mic pickup is like at 50%, like you dropped it down.
Yeah. Let me. I got something real quick I can do.
Okay.
I'll mute and come back.
Is that the savings he's saying, Eastwind? It's close.
Oh, that's terrible, man.
Buddy.
I'm cracking up.
New topic time, Last Dance. Fire it up.
Yeah.
New topic. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
We
It's
could
not the
hear you
same.
before. We could hear you before. The same as we're hear you now. So whatever you've done has made no fucking difference.
God damn
I
it.
think
Isn't
I
that-
think he's
that's
correct.
Like usual. It's like usual.
It just sounds
With
like
all of that technology behind you, right? It's like I'm looking at so much technology behind you, right? But you can't sort your fucking mic out.
I know.
Come on.
Man. I think you hit the nail on my head on my confidence level.
Listen, I'm a bricklayer. I'm not hitting no nail off your head. I'm bouncing a brick off your head, right? Okay.
Aphid, when you click on the gear and you go to audio, are you all the way cranked for your mic volume?
Yeah.
All right. I guess when Steve's done asking, it's on his end the same.
Oh, I go up and it comes down a little bit. No, it didn't. I'm up 200.
This sounds like me and the wife having sex.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Unclick
I'll be
automatically.
Arnie Schwarzenegger.
Get to the chopper. Come with me if you want to live.
Okay, now I clicked automatic adjust volume. Is it any better?
Automatic usually makes it worse. It's better to just keep it cranked.
Well,
I think he's
I
just
think it
speaking
sounds
very,
like-
very softly
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
to infuriate us.
I'm gonna do just that. I'll be back.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again? This is tech support.
You've watched the IT crowd then, right, Bricky?
Tech support. But the thing is, I can't add him back on. So
What's
Smoke Steve has to do it or it's not happening.
Yeah. No, he'll be back eventually. He's just looking at all the YouTubes first to see how it works. Well, let's see what I got. I got some stuff in the chamber. Unless Last Dance, did Last Dance leave too, or not Last Dance? David.
David left.
We've not got no topic. RW topics that we could like bring up. Obviously, because being the international pub, we all will have different views on stuff. So we've got a collective
one of the
chat.
things that's international was the earthquakes in Venezuela, the back-to-back 7.5s.
Fuck Venezuela. We've took over. You've took over that place.
I'm interested. Tell me about it, RW.
Well, it brought down large amounts of large buildings, and the count, they're still counting. They're up past 1,000, and there's still more than 10,000 people missing.
No, that's a disaster. I didn't even
Oh
hear
well,
you.
you see, now you've made us feel fucking bad, haven't you? Because I didn't think it was like a tragedy.
No, this is the only earthquake. There's been a lot of earthquakes lately, but this one was catastrophic. So that's why I marked it.
Yeah.
You see,
Don't
so
feel
would
bad.
any of
Is a
you,
big
would any
earthquake.
of you gentlemen put this to like obviously how we've got these skeptics about the whole global warming shit thing, you know what I mean, and like climate change and whatnot. So this earthquake, obviously we all know how an earthquake happens, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Like basically it's sat on some sort of side of a tectonic plate and the earth moves at such and such a time, but we can never really calculate and judge exactly when it's going to happen. A bit like a volcano. We've got a rough idea, you know, but it's a worry.
I'm not sure how much man can affect seismic activity. The only thing I can relate to it is if we're sucking oil out of the ground in large volume, it's possible that plates can shift from that. But other than that, I'm not sure what we'll be doing in any scale to affect that.
So you're one of them ones, are you? You're one of them ones I think that we shouldn't be sucking oil out of the ground, fossil natural fuels and whatnot, and then also be at the same point.
I'm not
be
saying
trying
that.
to get renewable energy.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's cause and effect.
Right. So are you aware that the actual size of what you're talking about, sucking stuff out of the ground, right? Okay. And let's face it, you do realize that once these people, these oil companies, again, just saying what's meant to happen. I'm not saying it actually does happen. Okay. They're meant to fill these voids back up with something in a sense if they're large enough to cause a collapsation. Right? Okay.
Yes.
We get sinkholes in America. You get sinkholes, don't you? Right? Okay. We get that. But what is the problem with pulling these natural resources from the ground to use them, right, at different pockets of the earth? It's not something. It's like a little air bubble in a sponge. It's basically like an air bubble in a sponge. What you're talking about, it's not going to make a tectonic plate move with the capacity to do that.
I don't think we know exactly how it works down there. We have scientists that are making assumptions of how it works down there. So I'm just curious.
And what is assumptions? Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups, isn't it? Assuming something is the
Well, I
mother
mean,
of all
I think a lot of science is assumptions and not actual data, and people think it is. I just think that's how society runs.
It's
a lot of
hypotheses.
Yeah.
It's theoretical hypotheses, right? Okay, it's never fact because it can also be proven. Like you can't say that these scientific experiments are factual, right? Okay, because sometimes they change, and scientists have already recognized this. So it's a hypothesis, right? We do not know for a fact, but we know on a percentage scale that this is the more often thing, you know, that will happen. But
Yeah, I'll go with probability.
but what you said there, RW, you made the claim that taking oil reserves out of the ground could be contributing towards these earthquakes. I'm calling bullshit in the international pub.
Okay.
What do you think about fracking? Could fracking have an impact on that sort of thing?
Fracking is blasting shale, right? So that that the oil bubbles to the surface and they can collect it.
It's
I think
high-pressure
fracking
water.
has to do with
High-pressure
natural
water.
gas. Go ahead,
It's-
Lee.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's this high pressure water, isn't it, that pushes the gas to the surface. But then you can get some little earth tremors, and there's people in this country, I think Lancashire and Cheshire, they reckon there's about 75 years worth of gas there that we could get out by fracking. But yeah, I get the local people that live in the area are well against it, but money talks. I think if you paid them enough money, they'd move out. There have been, they did, and the worst thing that happened was that in Lancashire, in particular, when they started doing a bit of fracking, I think the government gave them a license to like frack a little bit. There was a bloody tremor, but was that coincidental? I don't know. But what annoys me, and I think maybe, sorry, Bricky, I was just getting a drink, is that we've got all these natural resources in the North Sea, which we're giving the licenses to Norway or Denmark to drill, because we're using wind farms. They're drilling it, and then they're selling it back to us. And then you've got the fracking, which we've got all this gas under our feet, and they won't do it. And I'm like, what the hell? We could sort out so many problems.
Isn't the concern with fracking that it can contaminate your drinking water?
I don't think so. Maybe it might be. You might be
Wait
right.
there. Hang on a second. RW.
It's not proven.
Wait there. Hang on, Lee. I have to expand on this, right? Okay. So you said, isn't it the concern? What would be your concern? Like, where are you getting that evidence from? Like, I'm genuinely interested.
Okay.
Isn't it the case that it can contaminate your drinking water? What's the evidence to support that? I genuinely want to know, because you made it a point. I would expect you to have some resources that will back that up.
No, I'm not.
I'm talking to RW, Lee. I'm talking to RW.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, I was going to say I didn't say that.
In the fracking setup, you're drilling down, right, through multiple layers of aquifers and stone and everything to get to the place you're trying to get to,
Right.
and then you're blasting that area with pressure to frack it and release it and send it up to the surface.
Yeah.
Right.
While you're going through all those layers, if you frack all those layers, you're potentially opening up aquifers and systems that were running through that area, and now they're contaminated, and it's not just a clean water source anymore. It's got, a frack.
Contaminated with what? Because you're only using high pressure water anyway.
And you're also taking out. You're also taking out the stuff that would contaminate. And bear in mind, RW, water always falls to the lowest point. You do realize that, don't you? So it will be lower than the oil that sits on the surface. So if we take all of the oil, like even if I grant you that it could be a possibility that some fracking oil could get into a water reserve, right? Okay, let's just give you that. Once it's all sucked out, right, and even then with filtration, right, you would be able to assess that and deal with that. You made the claim that it was the way you made it. It was like, isn't it the case that it fucks with water reserves? No, it doesn't. It's your leftist liberal woke mind frame that's interrupting common sense.
Did you hear that, David? I'm a leftist now.
You sound like one to me, like, I'll be honest with you.
I think it's how you're hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah, it probably is, but there's a language barrier, and all you come across to me is like, it's left like, yeah, if I just stop oil protester, right? Okay, or you're a fucking rainbow flag warrior,
You're all of these things into what I'm saying. I'm making a point or a question, and then you're telling me how I'm all these other things.
No, but RW, I don't. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, but where it would be drilled and fracked is nowhere near a water table that would be interfering with natural water. A lot of our water comes through reservoirs that collect rainwater, so it's on the surface anyway and runs into the reservoirs. And they're huge, by the way.
And they've been created specifically to hold the water, so it's not a natural spring. RW,
So,
right? Okay.
Yeah, and so wherever they've looked at fracking, is nowhere near a water table that could be near a natural water resource for us. The problem you've got is convincing people that the do-gooders are saying you're going to create earthquakes. Well, you might create the odd little tremor, but it's not going to be like what's just happened in Venezuela, where you've got cities being destroyed and stuff by an earthquake. It's just not the case. So
I would say the biggest threat appears to be groundwater, not earthquakes. Based Welshman is here.
yeah.
No,
Based Welshman's here. You good?
Tidy,
Ricky?
tidy. Welshman's
Tidy.
here.
There he
Hiya,
is.
Base. How are you, buddy?
I like based. I like based.
Good evening, all. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, based.
Late
I
start
tell
for
you not
you,
to tell him I
buddy.
was here. I fucking tell you, love to tell him I was here. Right?
Didn't work.
How you
Last
doing,
dance.
Welshie kid? How you doing?
Bricky,
Yeah, not bad.
Welsh has only come on because you are here.
Last dance.
There's
Success.
no
or
one
no?
near me.
No success.
Got it. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back. I think I can do
Well,
it.
I'm going to
this way.
slag Welsh off now because he's here, because I can.
Good evening,
Damn,
Base.
I couldn't do Welshie, come on. You nah, couldn't do that to you. Come on. You and that fucking, it's like, what was it? Scooby-Doo and you and Scrappy-Doo, right, okay? That fucking protest that time, right, literally made it, but I've never seen you do much since, like, but you've been getting yourself around by the sounds of it. You're like chlamydia, aren't you, Welshie?
No, I'm not very active these days. No, not very active.
You're not very happy with what?
I'm not active.
Yeah, well, you're here now. That's the main point right now.
Yeah.
Welshie, let's just, are you feeling okay in yourself? Right, okay, because this is a very inclusive pub. We have to be careful. RW likes us to be all inclusive, as the lefty that he is. Okay, but me as a righty, I'm telling him to shut the fuck up, you know, and stop being a little minge.
Okay. Resent. Try it again.
Okay.
That's to your email containing something.
Pardon me, sorry.
So Welshie, how did you come across this channel, bud?
The old LL email.
I've been on here for about 4 years.
I just found it today, Welshie.
No, you haven't.
No, I have.
You've been on here before.
I haven't been on here before, have I? Have I been on your
Yeah.
Steve before?
It's entirely possible. I've been pretty wasted on here, dude. So I could have forgotten.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know
I'm going to use Steve's excuse, right? Why I can't remember, right? Because I've been probably pretty wasted.
I
But
didn't
I
do
mean,
show prep tonight. Might have to take a break and fix that.
Yeah, man, your microphone is quiet as hell, Aphid. What the
I don't
hell's
know what-
happening on
well,
pub tonight?
I mean, I can go to this. I can do this, but then let me see if it's any better because you're gonna hear my background.
can your mic do this?
Okay.
Can your mic do that?
Is that better or is that
No.
that's worse?
Sounds like you're further away.
I have total power. Thank you, Smoke Steve.
All
Try
right.
this. I got like 10 different options.
It's a little bit better, but this is like an eye test, Steve. Steve, as me and you wear glasses, and I'm
Super loud.
who else wears them?
All right.
Oh wait, they're shit.
Oh, crap.
Try that, Aphid Lip. Someone had adjusted your volume on the stream.
I go back.
Okay, is that any better?
Yes,
That's
Yeah.
better.
that's better.
Oh, good. I want you guys to hear me loud and clear.
Totally.
That's
These
good
ones
now.
probably longer because it's always longer than you think with this damn thing. I think I started it in 2020 or 2021, maybe 2020.
They had to be. No, I think Hayden went till. Oh, maybe at the end of 2020.
I think
Yeah.
Ethan is just coming up on his second year. He's
Oh my god,
You
you
could
sound
probably go
like
to
an old fart with fucking early onset dementia. Honestly, can one of you remember when it happened?
When what happened?
I can remember when Hayden put out the call to somebody running
I'm
a
liking
channel
this
like
bit.
this, and
I'm
then
really liking this bit.
and then you appeared, Stevie. You took up the mantle and said, "Yeah, I'll do it." Yeah, never look back. It's always been really good.
Well, truth be told, he didn't exactly put out the call. He kind of said, "We're going to be bringing this to an end."
Yes, right.
And then I spoke to the wife and basically said, "I'm going to take this thing over. I think they'll give it to me." And I just DM'd him on Twitter probably, and he fucking said, "I can't believe you're volunteering for this." And he basically said, "Don't fuck it up," which I did like probably 30 times. Like I had like
you didn't. You didn't. You did.
I had so many times where I had to like text him or Graham to go back and delete something that I said, but it's been a while since I've done something like that. And it mostly had to do with either doxing myself or doxing someone else, but mostly myself. You know, I never really hurt anyone else. I just fucked with my
I just normally break TOS on my channel. That's what I had to start. On anybody else's channel, Steve, I'm really good at doing it right. I think it's a respect thing, which I always believe in having, right? Okay, by the way. And that's a genuine comment from me. I believe in having respect for the host, first and foremost.
Well, like Steve, you were speaking just before I come on about Bolton, and can you go through it again? What's happened? Because I know he's pled guilty, and can you tell me the reasons and what go through it again for me if that's possible?
Who was the person that we're covering again?
Bolton, the guy that just pled guilty to
John Bolton. John Bolton.
Yeah,
I think you got that bad mic this week, Welshman. But as far as I understand, he basically admitted and accepted it with a guilty plea, and that means, as far as Last Dance was concerned, it looks like it's some sort of a leap to get less or no sentence rather than getting a jail time. So maybe it's an agreement plea deal, something like that.
Yeah, you mentioned that he wanted to go to war with like everyone.
Yeah, he had a hardline stance against North Korea, Russia, and Iran at the same time, which essentially would mean you're going to go to war with all three of them as well as China, because China supposedly has North Korea's back.
Yeah.
So that basically means he wants the world to end in a fiery explosion. Like,
so that's what's come out, is it? That's what Bolton was basically planning.
well, no, we're talking about him as in this is a history he had in his policies.
Yeah, right,
but that didn't come out in the more recent stuff. The more recent stuff came out was that he was just keeping a journal essentially of top secret information, which he claimed was for historical purposes. But like, if you have sensitive information, you have to have rules that go along with it. Whether you're going to sell the secrets to China or you're going to keep them in your fucking dresser or garage next to your fucking Corvette, you can't do it. It's not fucking allowed. You have to have rules. So I don't think he was doing it to do it for some nefarious purpose. I think it was probably fairly innocent, but when you have laws, you got to have fucking laws.
It was mostly for a future book deal. So you'll refer to that for his book, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, we have some time to write that book in prison coming up here.
I mean, didn't Comey have a book? Wasn't there questions about that? Did he have a book? Am I coming up with something else?
That's how you make money.
Right. So how do you write a book if like everything you've worked on is top secret? How do you write a book?
you write a journal.
You talk around it.
Ask Jill Biden.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how you can even write a book without incriminating yourself and breaking the law. And when you're in those circles, it doesn't seem possible. Apparently, has anyone seen the videos from this supposedly ex-CIA officer that's come out recently.
No.
Apparently, he's getting all kinds of death threats and stuff from what he
For
said.
UFOs or what?
So Comey has written fiction as well, crime fiction.
Okay. Well, that you could certainly get away with.
Yeah.
I'm talking more of like, autobiography sort of stuff, I guess would be kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that are probably going to write a book or two, do you think that anything is going to happen with Fauci being subpoenaed?
Nope. I think he won't show up.
If he's subpoenaed, he has to, doesn't he?
What if he doesn't? What happens next?
Well, you tell me. If you defy the courts, doesn't that automatically send you to prison?
He's subpoenaed by the Senate?
Yeah, by Senator Ron Paul.
Well, that's not the courts.
But he's subpoenaed to the courts, right? Isn't that considered high court?
No, it's not.
Rand must need some more donations. He's gonna go after Fauci some more.
Is that what that is? It's just for the next paycheck.
I don't want to crap all over Last Dance's hero.
You can be held in contempt of Congress, which is a crime.
Okay. What is the sentencing for that?
It
One
could
wet
result
noodle?
in a fine of $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000.
It's a misdemeanor, so it's a fine of up to $1,000 and imprisonment for up to 1 year.
I hope he doesn't go then. That's sad.
Let's just give the bill to Minnesota, right? Okay, Tim Walz compared, right, in the Somali community. They've made enough fucking money.
I haven't seen Fauci in a while. He's probably slowing down with age.
He's in his 80s.
Well, listen, gentlemen, sorry to interrupt. I do rudely interrupt. I'm going to thank you, Steve, obviously,
Yes.
the host, and Last Dance RW, Welshie, Elite, whatever you call
Lee, yes,
the tech guy that's not very good at tech, and Lee,
Aphid.
false monk, right? Okay. God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you. Everybody
Take care,
in
Bricky.
chat,
Nice
right?
to meet you, bird. Nice to meet you.
Support this gentleman, yeah, any way you possibly can, right? Okay. It seems to be a lovely fucking place. And Steve, I will be back, my friend, right? Okay, if you'll have us. God bless you all, and ta-da.
Ta-da.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for being
Good night.
here. The guy I'm thinking of goes by the name of John Kiriakou, Kiriakou. Nobody's heard of this guy?
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. No. What is he?
Okay.
What is he blowing the whistle on or whatever that's getting him in trouble?
He's partly the CIA torture stuff. He doesn't exactly.
Dang.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, you're
Like
not.
they don't waterboard their guests. I mean, come on, we know these things.
Yeah.
Changing the subject just for 5 seconds. Well, probably a minute actually. But I showed you those sweets a couple of weeks back. Do you remember that? I showed you those like marijuana sweets.
Yes.
So without I'm not playing the violin, obviously with my wife's situation at the moment. Trying my best really not to smoke. So another product was given to me, right? And I've never known anything like it in my life. I'll show you. Hang on. So this here in this tube, and then that comes off. It's not a needle, okay?
No.
It's just black gunk that comes out. Cheers, obviously, man. I tell you something. I took that, and so my mate was like, be a bit careful with it. So I thought, okay. I'll tell you something. It's unreal. When for those of us that partake in a bit of marijuana, you get you get the effect, and then like maybe 45 minutes, an hour later, you'll do a bit of a top up. You might think, I'll have another one just to reboost it. This stuff, oh my god, it's relentless. It just stays with you. So imagine having a joint and the feeling you get in the first for sort of 5 to 10 minutes, it just stays on that level constantly for about.
Like we'll see you tomorrow.
6 hours. It's unbelievable. It's just, and it was one of the, but it's a really nice high as well. It's not like you're freaking out or having a whitey or anything like that, but it's some amazing stuff. It really is.
Do you know what they call that product?
Go on.
Yeah, Rick Simpson oil.
It looks like Rick Simpson oil. It looks like concentrated oil made from.
Yeah, it tastes very bitter, but it certainly has a brilliant effect.
It should taste bitter.
Is that glass? Was that glass? And do you like the one end of it?
No. I'll show
And you
again.
put it on your tongue or under your tongue.
Yeah, so you literally you just squeeze the tube, black stuff comes out the end, and then you just put that in your mouth or on your gum, and then
Sounds
yeah,
great.
wow.
It's not supposed to be bitter, but maybe it could be literally like 95% THC.
It's a nice high, and it lasts for hours and hours and hours.
It's the purest form, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
it's well good.
I knew a guy
Any black tarry type drug is usually real good.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
yeah,
That's
what they
all-
call
that's
that
the-
black tar heroin, right? Chasing the dragon.
That's the
That shit's
standard of
nasty.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you can ever get a hold of some, try it because it's just brilliant. It really is good, and it stops you, and you don't have to smoke as well, which is even better. So
You sound like my doctor. My doctor's trying to convince me to not smoke it and just ingest it. It's much healthier. And I'm like, it's in my blood, doc. Everybody's smoked in the past. There's something inherently like satisfying about smoking.
that's true. I know where you're coming from. Yeah.
And exhaling that cloud. I don't smoke butts. I don't really do tobacco. I'll have a cigar once a year, if that. But my pleasure comes from.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And the thing is,
Smoking.
you can control it better as well because you can smoke half a joint, see how you feel, and then carry on smoking. And as my mate pointed out that got it for me, he said, just remember, once you've ingested it, there's no coming back. So be careful how much you take. So it's like, right, okay. But yeah, one of the-
Carrying on is all that Smoke Steve seems to do. Just like constant. Like I couldn't hang with Smoke Steve. There's no way.
Yeah, a lot of people couldn't, bro. And it's generally of the highest quality. So it's, in the past when, say, some of Smoke's wife's friends decided to try to hang with Steve-O, it didn't go well. At one point, one of them it might have not have been her friend, but one chick who was spouse of a friend called 911. She was freaking out. She was so high. This was years ago, but
yeah, I've been in situations like that before.
There's nothing worse. Once it's like a Guy Ritchie movie. Once you realize they have the operator on the end, you're like, fuck, that means the cops are coming here probably within 8 minutes. We're so fucked.
Well, I've never been in that situation. Cooler heads have always prevailed before actually the 3 digits were pressed.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. It's the worst. It's the worst.
And luckily, it always worked out. I mean, in that situation, when somebody's, like if it's marijuana, you can. At least with my experiences, you'll be all right.
Exactly. Yeah. The biggest thing to do to pass it out of your system for people is to drink a ton of water.
Oh, really?
Your body metabolizes it predominantly in the kidneys. Flush your kidneys out, and you'll flush it out of your system quicker.
Huh.
Yeah, well, it's funny you should say that because, I'm going back probably about 10 years now. When I was over in Amsterdam, a few of my mates, and we go to Amsterdam. I think it was on the second time we went, obviously in the coffee houses. But there are certain shops where there's a marijuana connoisseur. He'll take you downstairs, show you all the different tubs, all the different flavors. Do you want a mellow high? Do you want a high? Blah blah blah.
Like a sommelier, but for pot.
Yeah, so we go back upstairs after we bought some, and then we were having a bit of smoke, and I noticed on the bar there was a few jugs of water, and I said, "Oh, what is that?" He said, "But they put sugar in it." So he said, he said the reason they're on the bar, if anyone starts to feel not so good and having a whitey, it's sugar water basically, because apparently it's something to do with your blood pressure dropping, and then you just put loads of energy back in yourself by drinking sugar water. Apparently, it brings you out of it straight away. So, well, once you've digested it for a little bit. So, and they have them in all the coffee shops. They have jugs of water with obviously diluted sugar in it. I thought, oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Quick question. For you guys that have used those disposable vape pens that are super popular right now, how does that relate to the old-fashioned just smoking a bowl?
I think they're banned in this country now, the disposables.
That's a shame. The good ones that are checked and monitored are great, RW. The ones that are counter market or aftermarket, or I don't even know what the right term would be, counterfeit.
Black market?
Black market. Yeah, I'm like conflating three terms here. Counter market. But you know what I'm saying? Like, those ones are dangerous, dude. You can actually cause lung damage with the illegal ones. For
the legal ones, the experience of a vape, like, is it the same as like when you smoke? It hits within so many minutes or seconds. And
no, it's faster and more intense.
Faster and more intense.
And there's new research out now in the UK saying there's a condition. Is it base point though? It's called bubble lung.
People are saying that. I've been talking
popcorn
to you popcorn lung. Was the one that had butter flavor. It was the chemical that gave it the butter flavoring that was causing that. So apparently,
I would stick if it's flashier. The flashier the advertising for the package is, the least I would trust. Like if it's just like some like glass thing that doesn't have any marketing whatsoever, and you get it from some guy that you can trust, then that's better than getting some flashy strawberry flavored, and it's got metallic, foil on the box that it came in and everything.
Are you robbing me of my glitter marketing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't handle them. Every time I try vapes, they just make me cough. They really do.
There's a problem with the legal market in Massachusetts is that they don't have enough testing facilities, and stuff ends up sitting around for way too long, and it loses like its terps. It's not as dank and flavor tasting. I don't know. The terpenes aren't there. I don't know what the problem is, but like, it's just. But in another sense, the testing is good because it's going to protect people from getting sick. So it's like definitely a double-edged sword. The state is taking on this protocol of testing and testing every single batch of pot, but the testing is so employed. There's just not enough fucking people to test this stuff that it ends up sitting around for a long time. And I don't know, like pot has a shelf life. Even like 6-month-old weed is just not as good as like 1-month-old weed.
Yeah, that's true.
You still get high off of it, but it kind of has that weird, like, cardboardy fucking grass taste. You lose that nice skunky flavor or whatever terps you have in it.
I learned yesterday that all these little in North Carolina, it's illegal to sell recreational or medicinal, but they found a loophole, and there's all these little hemp stores popping up, and so I went into it. They're literally selling regular weed in there. They've loopholed it where they test it in the field while it's still growing, and they take a little tip off of a bud and show that it's under a certain percentage of THC. So they get the whole batch tested that way, and then they go through the normal drying and growing process, and it's the same exact flower as you'd sell in a recreational store. So they have all the products now under this loophole, and you just need the receipt from the place you bought it from, and you can't get in trouble.
Right, RW, they're testing it at a point where it tests literally as hemp, so then they can label it that it's not cannabis, with THC. It's hemp.
It's such a loop. I mean, I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I experienced that down in South Carolina. You get some stuff that.
Have you ever tried it, RW?
I may or may not have.
Okay. Okay. I just wondered.
I can't remember.
It's not a bad thing if you have. I just wondered, that was all.
may or
he
may not.
may or may not have.
This stuff.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that you have then.
Ask me the
Hey,
same question.
I know you haven't last dance. I just
I
know
may
you.
not or may not have. That's
Yeah,
what
you only exhales. Yeah, you didn't.
So you never,
inhale. Yeah.
You never had a toke in your whole life?
Correct.
You never
Come
had
on.
any cannabis in your whole life, whether in a brownie, anything.
Never. Nothing.
You've been around it in parties.
Oh, sure. I've been around it.
You've smelled it.
In his house.
Yeah, my partner enjoys it.
And if that person, your partner, hands it in your direction, what's your standard response?
No thanks.
And I mean, you made it this far. Why not have a puff? You're a healthy guy. I mean, come on.
I'm
You
not
think
really
planes are cool now? You have a puff, man. Planes get real cool after the puffy
Yeah,
puff.
I'm only a little curious, but not that curious.
All right. Here's
I respect that. I respect it.
Here's a moral question for you then. As you know, I've got a daughter. She's 22 years old now. What would you do if you had a daughter or son the similar age and said, never tried it. I know you do it sometimes. I'd like to be in a safe environment to just try it to see what it's like. Would you turn around and go, okay, then we'll have a little smoke together?
Yes.
Would you do that? Yes. Okay, that's interesting.
You get good. You get some good shit. You get a nice joint, and you just experience a little bit with her.
Yeah,
she's probably
okay.
not going to feel it the first time.
Well, having said that, I'm going to be honest with you. When she posed that question to me, because she's at university, as you know, and she's got a lot of friends that are doing it and stuff. And I'm not just saying it because she's my daughter, but she's like a really good girl. She gets nervous about anything like that, you know. She's just so moral about things, black and white. But so I said, okay, yeah, let's. Okay, I'll let you try some with me. And she had a bit of a smoke. I kind of regretted it after 5 minutes, only for about 2 or 3 minutes, because she's like, oh, I don't feel too good. I said, okay, but I didn't let her have too much. And then about 5 minutes in, she got the giggles like you wouldn't believe. And she was like, okay, I understand it. And I understand when I'm at parties why my friends are giggling and stuff. And then she was like, well, I've experienced it. I don't need to do it now. So I thought, oh, I'm glad I kind of did it in a way. But part of me also felt like a bad parent, because I just thought, should I have done that? But
No.
she actually had a really good time on it.
She's an adult.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's different. You've done your job.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you've done a great job. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so different.
Yeah.
To be honest, once you explain what you really need to explain to them is, if you're going to experiment with it, do it in safe places. And likewise with alcohol, you need to weigh heavily on the, don't get into a car when you think the driver's wasted. Call me, call Uber, I'll pay for it, whatever.
Exactly.
That's the shit that scares me a little bit more these days, is the drunk driving and the wasted people in cars with phones, speeding, drunk, and fucking selfies. And we've all seen the videos.
Yeah.
It's
How old's your daughter again, Stevie?
17.
Yeah, so she's kind of at that age where she might think about experimenting and stuff. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
And it is a worry. It is and for all of you that have got kids, you know it is a worry. But
here's my question. Hold on. You're Steve saying you're gonna get the most dankest good weed, and then you're gonna roll it fatty, and then you're gonna go after it. Wouldn't it be more better as a parent to get the brickiest Mexican weed you can find, like 0 THC content, whatever? So they smoke. They're like, this isn't for me.
No, I think you get the good stuff, and you have them take less, so they understand you're with them. So if it's too strong, and then you're like, listen, this could happen, and you might not be at home. You might not be able to go lay down in your own bed. You could be out at someone else's apartment. You might be fucking getting paranoid and freaking out. So this is just this. I'm not saying you're going to get the Cannabis Cup winning strongest fucking strain in the history. I'm saying, you know, a good weight, you know? Like,
yeah.
Because you want them to get high, feel it, but then to understand, like, you got to be comfortable wherever you do this. You don't want to be feeling like awkward and paranoid, because like I know guys who that happened to. All of a sudden they're fucking like hiding behind the couch and shit. They don't know where to like get out of a place. They're like uncomfortable. They can't talk. You know, it's like it could be a uncomfortable feeling. So exposure at home for something as safe as cannabis is a smart route, I think. And I consider it safer than alcohol, personally.
Yeah, I do as well, actually. Yeah, but maybe I'm just biased, but I do. Yeah, I remember when I was like probably late teens, early 20s. Went round to a mate's house. We were having a party, and in the supermarket, you can only get these, I think, in the supermarkets. They do a 3-liter bottle of Coca-Cola or Diet Coke, plastic.
Yeah, I remember those.
So we burnt a hole in the bottom with a cigarette, and then put the foil on the top of the lid. Obviously, you fill it with water, and then you let it drain while you're burning the top bit. So the whole bottle becomes full of smoke. And my mates were like, right, we're all going to do like a 3-liter bottle. So, and I remember taking that basically in one, completely naive. I had a coughing fit for about 10 minutes. And then I was absolutely convinced I was having a heart attack. And I was trying to say to my mates, you do need to call me an ambulance. Going back to what you were saying about that girl with 911.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it'll pass. I'm like, no, I just could feel my heart in my chest, like bang, 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 bang. I was like, I'm going to fucking die. If you don't get me an ambulance, I'm going to die, right? Which
palpitation, right?
Yeah, and that just spawned them into complete laughter. I was like their entertainment for 10 minutes. And I'm like, how can you be laughing when I'm actually dying in front of you? And then I came out of it. Oh my God. And we had the TV on, and any advert that came on, I found it to be the most hilarious thing. I spent the next half an hour just non-stop crying with laughter. So, but the first 10 minutes were not good. Jesus.
So this is called, this type of device is called a gravity bong. So you take a bottle, right? You cut the bottom off of the bottle. You submerge it into water all the way, so just the top is out. You put a little bowl of tin foil there with holes poked in it, and you put ground up pot. So now when you light it and you lift it up, the water pulls down, causing air to go into the pipe, and the fucking whole bottle fills up with like a big cloud of smoke. Then you put your mouth over it, and you push it down towards the water, and the water forces all the smoke into your lungs at like a fucking bombastic rate. And it's like a huge amount of smoke. And like, you're right, Lee, you can like, it's like 6 or 7 bowl hits in one giant blast.
That's called retard maxing.
We called them Jiffies, and we always had a song, the Jiffy. We gotta get the Jiffy.
You think it's gonna be stronger? You're like, why? Because the water's sucking the pot in, it ain't gonna do shit. And then you do it, and you're like, holy fuck! Like you get like you're gone for a couple of hours.
Yeah, God.
Somehow we were doing those in like this little tent one time when we were camping. And it got so bad in there that you couldn't see the person that was next to you, because we kept doing those gravity bongs, and there's so much smoke in that little bitty tiny tent, and none of it escaped.
Yes. That's a fishbowl. Do you guys call that a fishbowl when you're in like a car or a tent and it's like so it's like you're fish in the water, you can barely see each other. Actually, Be Real from Cypress Hill has a show right now where he gets like current celebrities, and they sit in like an old 64 Impala and they smoke, and you can't even
really
see each other.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
It's a good show. If you're going to sesh at home, you want to feel like you're session with Be Real and like some other celeb. It's great. I mean, I like it. It's a good smoking show. I got to pop outside. Come on and keep the sucker rolling. I'll be right back.
I'm going to get a drink. I'll be back in a sec.
Last Dance, I respect your decision to not partake.
Thank you.
I give you a lot of respect for it. I did for the longest time because I was, well, one, my brother smoked, and I wanted to show my parents that I was exactly the opposite of everything he did. And then the other was I was trying, I went to tech school and for computer aided drafting, and I was, trying to get a job. And back, I don't know if it's like that now since it's illegal everywhere, but back then, any type of respectable job, you were going to get tested in some way. And I was like, no, I'm not going to throw everything away, for all these years. You guys can. And we were so against it when we were younger too. So that was the shocking thing, because they all did it, not behind my back. I just wasn't with them the afternoon that they made a decision between all of them to do it at another friend's house. But I was like, no, I'm not. You guys can do that if you want. And then I've had friends that I've been friends with, real close friends, that have made that same decision, and I've never, been like, come on, man, and it's just, no, they don't want to do it, so don't force it on them whatsoever.
Yeah, true.
You don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. It's not like they're lame or something for not wanting to smoke. So that's just a decision that they made, and
the only time I ever regret it is when my partner partakes, and I think I would like to be with her,
share that experience.
Yeah. Exactly. But other than that, I don't really. Doesn't really seem like I'm missing a whole lot, but.
Just get an edible. Get some sweets. Last Dance. Try a sweet.
You sound like a drug pusher. Just start with this little candy that I've put a little heroin in.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Whatever you do.
Interesting concept, but you call it a drug, but yet it's a plant.
Yeah.
Well, it's a drug in a plant.
Heroin
is also a plant.
What do you got there, RW?
Cocaine is too.
This is a lime, and this is a straw.
Is that your cocktail?
No, this is my pipe for the night. It's gonna be my pipe.
What's weird because your digital processing wants to erase it when you move it.
Right, it's YouTube deleting it in real time, and this
there's
is
the reason.
It's a green screen, right?
Hey, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a reason they call it green screen.
RW.
That's just hemp in North Carolina now.
Hemp. That's what it looks like.
Hemp that'll send it to the moon. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if this stuff works.
Thanks.
Yeah, take your time, buddy.
Thanks for the advice, scum.
Wesley Pipes. Wesley Pipes is a porn star. Yeah. Well, anything else anybody had in mind? Particularly, I'm not trying to end it. I'm just trying to probe for subjects.
Well, I had a traumatic experience, a slightly traumatic experience today, which I will be glad to share with all of you.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
I was just driving, doing some errands with my partner, and I didn't see it happen, but I glanced over. This was a divided street, and there was a motorcycle, crashed out, and some guy lying in the middle of the street. So it had just happened.
Jeez.
And I didn't see the collision, but he was injured. And
did you stop?
I stopped and I went over there, but it was a reasonably crowded street, so there were already like 10 people there. But I went over there because if there was anything I could possibly do, I wanted to be there. There was nothing. Everybody had called first responders. They were They were attending.
Conscious?
Huh? He was conscious, but not. He was. I don't know if he had. He was
In and out of consciousness.
Yeah, I would say he was in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
It's someone asked him his name and he didn't respond. They asked him again and he said, "My name is Jacob." And then he seemed to regain consciousness and he said, "My fault." And everybody said, "No, no, 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 no."
Incontinent?
I have no idea. I didn't smell anything.
All right.
He clearly had some road rash, but it didn't look too severe. He had a good helmet on, and it didn't appear to be broken or damaged. But he did look like he was struggling with, I don't know if it was pain or shock or a more severe injury that wasn't obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say about motorcycles? It's not if you crash, it's when and how bad. Because everybody who rides a bike eventually gets into one big one.
It was obvious from the damage that he was in the rightmost lane, and somehow, no, it was a smaller bike. I don't think it was even a high power Japanese crotch rocket.
So he might not have been going super fast.
Well, he was going fast enough so that he crashed into a car was stopped in traffic in the far right lane, and he must have turned at the last minute. He must not have been paying attention for some reason. Yeah. And so the bike, there was like a fuel stain going diagonal from the back of that car into the middle of the middle lane. And he was a little distance, maybe 10 to 15 feet from his motorcycle. So it wasn't like he was thrown 100 feet. So I'm really hopeful, but I would have been happier if he had just gotten up and said, "Well, that's gonna hurt. I broke my leg," but that didn't happen. So it was a little traumatic, I have to say, and I'm concerned for his, safety.
Did it seem like he had any broken limbs?
I looked. All I saw, I didn't see anything that looked broken. I wasn't gonna, hey, how does this feel?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, you can't move someone after a crash. Most important thing is to not move, especially.
Yes, there were people there that said, don't move him, don't take his helmet off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He tried to get up at one point, and they said, "Don't get up." But they didn't throw him down. I was worried about that. Somebody dives on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened before where people have moved, and when you have a cracked vertebrae, and then your spinal column gets severed or some shit,
Right.
and then you fucking can't walk because you moved after the crash. So it's pretty bad.
They can die too.
Yeah,
That happened with
people there were smart enough to, let him, convince him to stay down.
Just comforted him.
He convinced him that help was on the way, and when the police arrived first, and when they did, I left the scene because
you've been drinking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Lee.
What'd you say? What'd he say?
You were drinking.
You've been drinking. because he was drunk as a skunk. They ran the poor guy into the car.
That's just like, we're getting out of here.
Yeah,
I left the scene in a hurry.
Yeah.
He was the reason all of them were saying that it wasn't his fault because it was Lastian's fault, and he didn't even remember seeing that accident.
That's wild, yo. Yeah, I think the worst one. Go ahead, Lee.
I've got to go to bed, but yeah, I'll see you next week. Look after yourself.
Take care, Lee.
Hey, Lee. Lee, can I just say something real quick to you?
Yeah.
All of us guys here, all are genuinely with you. We are very we got your back and positive feelings all around. See, we're not going to bring it up when you come on because it's a tough situation that you and your family are in.
Well,
but positive vibes, brother, and everything's going to be okay. I love you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And yeah, it's a nice release to be able to get on the tour. She is actually in hospital tonight because she's had a bit of a temperature, and they worry about that. And without being crude, but she's also suffering with a bit of diarrhea. But I think that's the chemo. So I've got to go and pick her up tomorrow afternoon. But I'll probably go earlier than that to see her. But yeah, we're getting through it. We're working it. But thank you. I really appreciate it. And like I said, coming on with you guys is just a nice release. You know, it's something different, and it's not all about cancer all the time. And I was going to say as well, actually, I'm not saying it for a long time, but yeah, you know, thanks for your efforts, Steve. You always come on and Last Dance, you know, every week, and thanks to Smoke Steve's wife to obviously it's your Saturday night and or evening, and yeah, it's good. It's really cool. So, love to you all. Have a great week, and I will see you. I'll see you all next Saturday. All right. So
Good
lovely.
night and good luck, my friend.
Take care, Lee.
Cheers,
Good
buddy.
luck.
Take care, all. All right.
See you, Lee.
Bye. See ya. Take care.
All right. Good man.
Good man,
Wow.
indeed.
Apparently, I missed stuff. So tough stuff. I can tell what's going on just by what you guys are saying. All the best to Lee and his family.
Exactly. We'll go back to the car accident conversation. I think the worst one I recently saw was I'm going down the highway in traffic. It's a divided highway with a low concrete barrier in the middle, like the shitty kind. Is that snoring?
No, it's my chair.
All right. So
It's
I look over
like
and
rubber.
I see a Taco has rear-ended a Prius. I drive a Taco, so I'm like, oh, Taco accident. I'm like looking at it, and for some reason, the guy in the Prius decides, well, we shouldn't. They're in the left lane, so they're closest to me. He decides he's gonna go straight across the fucking 3-lane highway to get to the breakdown lane over on the right side, you know, because they're in the left lane.
Mhm.
And as he turns and starts to go, somebody going full speed T-bones him on the passenger side.
Jeez.
And I mean, I yelled, oh shit, even though I was in the car by myself. I yelled it, and my traffic's moving along. All I saw, I'm like, I gotta try to look into the Prius for that 1 second, and all I saw was a fucking wall of airbags inside the thing. They came down all the way. It looked like all the way around the car.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking
The
pretty
curtain.
wild. I didn't know they did that. And I don't know what happened. I called the state police. I was the first one to call it in, and I had the state trooper on the line. I gave him the mile marker and everything, and he, you know, whatever. They fucking dealt with it. But I see a lot of them. I saw a rollover crash like a year before that one. And
You witnessed it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's terrible.
I mean, it was bizarre. This was one where everyone's going 75 to 80, and we see the brake lights like a half a mile ahead where they always are on the highway. So all the cars start slowing down, decelerating. You take your foot off the gas at least when you know you're going to brake. You don't start accelerating. And to my right here, I see this Jeep Grand Cherokee fucking accelerates when all of traffic is slowing down, like they're going to do some kind of fucking weird move and try to weave through traffic. Didn't work. They lost control completely and fired off into the woods. And my last glimpse of that thing was the ass end of the vehicle going over and like a tree falling down. I was like, holy shit, that was crazy. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if that person was drunk. It was like 6:30 in the morning. Like, who fucking drives like that? To me, you'd have to be like,
Did you stop and see how they came out?
it was impossible. By the time I would have had to do some evasive maneuver to get through my 3 lanes, because they were like behind me. Then they hopped over, accelerated, lost control, fired off the highway. At this point, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, but I'm still driving forward. So
The maneuver to try and see what happened for the aftermath may have ended you up in the tree right next to that guy.
or yeah, at least sideswiping somebody, and then that's when you see fucking 3 accidents in a row on the side, you know, like. But here, I see a good one every year. It seems like. I don't know. Do you guys commute on highways much? Aphid, are you a highway commuter?
I mean, I do when I need to go somewhere, but my work is like a mile from my house, so I don't have to worry about it. But I used to, have to, and I'm on the highway enough to, I've seen, well, plus with drag racing and stuff, I saw some horrible accidents over the years.
Yeah.
So I'm not a stranger to car accidents for sure.
I commuted on highways for, on one particular highway for 30 years.
Around DC?
And, no, it was in the county I'm in. It wasn't a very long commute, maybe 10 miles to where I
see.
worked.
Yep.
And there were accidents, certainly, and some of them looked worse than others, but nothing looked like a fatal accident. Now, there were fatal accidents on that road. Not at the time that I was driving past.
Are you guys ever surprised and wonder why there's not more accidents based off of just what you witness as you drive down the road?
Yeah, I am surprised, especially I see the one. I mean, there's two things I see. I see people not paying attention at all, and they're probably looking at their phones, but I don't know what they're doing, but they're not paying attention.
Yeah,
and it's America. Whoa, that's horrible. And I see that a lot, especially women. They tend to drive slower, so it sort of cancels. But I mean, I don't see. It's not like I see women, getting in accidents all the time. So that surprises me. And the other thing is there is occasionally a very aggressive driver that drives 30 or 40 miles faster than everybody else, and they weave in and out of traffic. And only once have I seen gotten back up to where they were and they've gone off the road. Only once.
Huh. Yeah. What about lane splitting? Is that a thing where you guys are for motorcycles?
I don't think it's legal, but it's commonly done.
Yeah, I'm not in downtown traffic. Well, we don't even, our downtown it's not like other city, like when you go to Chicago or New York, where the streets are lined up with cars. Nobody goes to the streets of St. Louis because it's so dangerous. So unless there's a ball game getting ready to start or get out, there's never any traffic downtown like there is in other cities. So we don't have, motorcycles unless there's an accident going through traffic, and you're stuck in traffic on the highway or something. But that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, we have lanes.
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable though. It's really seems really dangerous. And like when I'm in Chicago, I see it a lot, and I'm like,
see what one in particular?
Fucked up, huh?
What do you see in particular a lot?
A motorcycle going in between two lanes, with stop traffic, and they're going like 30.
That doesn't bother me. I find people that honk at them or try to angle their cars in to be rude. I mean, just let them go.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
I'm the same way. It doesn't bother me at all.
It seems it bothers me because I'm uncomfortable with it, not because I think that they're a jerk. Yeah, the risk of
it. Fucked up by it, right?
Well, because traffic is coming and going, and people are always waiting for their chance to change a lane in those situations. And there's a motorcycle that just thinks that everybody within a football field ahead of him is going to know he's coming, which they don't until he zooms by, and you're like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
but of all people, don't you think that motorcycle driver should be the one that has the most fear of that variable?
Yeah, but they do it, and you never, until you do it the first few times, and they're probably cautious. They're like, man, all my buddies do this, and I've seen people do this, so I'm going to do it because I don't want to sit here and wait for traffic this long. And then they get comfortable with it, and then a couple years, 3 years, maybe 10 years go by of it, but then it only takes that one time where somebody's, and then it's all over or in real bad shape. You don't want to hit. There's all kinds of, like it is in rear view. I don't know if it's legal anywhere. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's legal in California. As
it seems like it happens every major city though. When
as Eastwind
gridlock.
And you
Yeah,
know,
it
I've
happens
seen
here.
Oh yeah, lane splitting. That's what the word I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Last Dance, you were saying?
I've seen a form of it that I think is very safe and a good idea, and that is when cars are stopped, like at a stoplight, but it's a long stretch of cars. I'll see a motorcycle slowly, move between the cars to get to the front of the stop line. They might, pass up 30 cars. It saves them a lot of time, and it doesn't slow anybody else down in reality. And
Yeah,
there's
there's
no
space.
room for cars to change lanes because they're all packed in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
like you said,
guess.
he's crawling too. He's not cruising. He's crawling.
Right.
That seems
Definitely.
kind of a dick move, though, in a
Well,
way,
so.
because that means they got to be quick on the throttle because they got to jump the front guy.
Well, yeah, it's a
shouldn't be too hard.
motorcycle, so
Well, theoretically, but if I see a motorcycle there, I'm going to be like, I'm fucking getting on this one, baby. I'm going to try to beat his
And-
ass out there.
and they're doing it as a dick move, huh?
Well, I can't do it with even though the Tacoma is small, I can't sneak between lanes with the Taco. I can't, but
Right.
they can.
They get to do it because they have chosen
Yep.
a vehicle that
Risk it.
where that's possible.
Risk
So
and
if they
reward.
happen to
You
pull
chose
up
safety.
next to an R32 or something, who's like some young 19-year-old in a Volkswagen is going to be like, "Oh, fuck you, bro! I'm going to fucking hammer this." Whose fault is it? Because the
Both of them.
motorcycle's not even in a lane.
For
Yeah,
reckless driving, if they both choose the reckless drive and like race, I'd say both of them are responsible for their outcome.
Yeah, in Massachusetts, it's $1,000 fine per car for racing, automatic, no questions asked.
If they get in an accident or just racing in general.
Just racing, even racing under the speed limit.
There was a while, maybe 10 years ago, when I would see crotch rockets flying down the highway near my house at incredible speeds. Like I'd be going 60 and they had to be going 60 miles. And it was like I was standing still and they were going
Right.
65 miles an hour.
Faster, so
Or
like
well
you're
over
saying
100.
125 miles an hour.
Yeah. And then there
Damn.
were a bunch of fatalities that followed.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see this. I haven't seen it since then.
That was
So
the guy.
I think these particular people just died from.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
It's
tell you,
straightforward.
I had a fair amount of friends that went the motorcycle route, and one by one, most of them died. And
Sport bikes.
yeah, for the most part, I can't think of maybe one that I can think that's still around, but the rest of them all had died from motorcycle accidents on the highway. I forgot what else I was gonna say.
We were behind a group of 3 sport bikers that were all decked out the other day. Wife was there. And they were doing all the fun shit. And I know the police station's coming up and one of them starts tapping his head. One of them had no license plate at fucking all. And I think that he was tapping his head to tell him, yo, here comes the police station, tuck in close, that's the sort of universal sign of police. And
Is it? I didn't know that.
yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. Cop up, like sirens, cop up ahead, police station, whatever. Heads up. But
When I get my Ninja next week, I'll have to remember that.
one of these guys, me and the wife are commenting. We're like, this guy's got like a $20,000 insane motorcycle, and he's wearing like white New Balances and gray tight cuff at the bottom sweatpants and a wife beater. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, who spends that much on a motorcycle and that little on an outfit? Is
Right.
everything at the bike?
Spend a lot of money
what
on
the
those two
fuck?
things.
I mean, you could see this thing, if he gunned it, he'd be going from like 30 to 80 in like 2 seconds, dude. You could tell the tires are so wide in the back on these. They're not the pussy sport bikes that sound like a lawnmower. These were the real deal, like probably over 1,000 cc's, like the big ones.
Like a
but
Hayabusa or something.
Hayabusa, yeah. All
I just
green
realized
and shit,
you guys
too.
are
They're not
talking
trying
about
to
it coming
hide.
out here.
What's that?
I haven't thought about ninja bikes for a while, and I realize it's because they're really not out here. I don't see them. But when I lived back in Maryland, It was nostalgic because I do remember them flying down 29 certain roads where they'd just be suicidal.
It's insane.
Yeah,
They're loud-
I live
loud.
by, I live about, it's close to a mile probably from a highway, but it's a valley in between us, so it's really clear. You know, I can hear them, and you can
Yeah, you
hear
probably
them
are
because they go. I mean, they'll just get on it, and you know, just be. It's a straight line, and they'll be on it for so long, and you're like, God damn, they must be going like 150 miles an hour or something like that, you know, because you can hear them start from nothing and just get going, like they come on one of the on ramps or something and
Right.
just hit it until there's nothing left for that. And I hear it all the time.
And what I think their move too, bro, is because it's all manual. They're holding way too long in each gear. To get, like the higher the
Oh,
RPMs.
don't get me started on that, because those
Like, they
guys,
should be dropping
they're like
gears,
down
like-
to first gear, going like 45 right behind you. And it's like, okay, you know, I know you're behind me. What do you want me to do? Just shift it up so I don't have to listen to that.
That's their move. And
Oh, it's so annoying. It's
It
so
is.
oh my god. And some of these new, like not new, some of these guys with these, you know, because like back in the 90s and you know, first it was the Mustangs, and I was part of that crew, you know, that had the souped up cars, and then it seemed to turn into the, like, you know, 4-cylinder cars with the gigantic exhaust on them. And I got this guy that every day he drives back and forth in front of my office, and he's got it's an Infinity, but it's the same. It's like the Infinity version of the Nissan 300, you know, from like
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago.
Yep.
And he's got some stupid exhaust on it, and he's, you know, it's all clapped out, but it's got like smoked taillight covers and headlight covers, and it's lowered, and he only floors it and doesn't floor it. That's all he does. It's just completely foot to the floor and then off, and he'll be behind somebody, and it's just nonstop, just on off. And
Yeah,
I can hear him coming all day long because I'm out in my parking lot working a lot, especially lately. And it's like, oh, I can hear him coming from miles away. And I'm like, I know it's him. And sure enough, here he comes with that clapped out piece of shit. And I just want to
It's
go
hilarious.
up to the street and stand next to it and be like, you suck so hard, dude.
Is he Latino?
And his windows are so dark, even the driver's side, because I've seen him driving my own car, you know, because I hear him coming and going, you know, and I know it's him. Even though there's, you know, I'm in a fairly busy area where there's
Right.
all kinds of people that I see all the time. I just don't realize it because they blend in. But this motherfucker, oh my god,
Sounds like Jersey, dude.
oh, it's so annoying.
We went through New Jersey, me and the fam, when we came back from the Outer Banks. We booked this kind of random fucking hotel in Jersey, which was pretty nice. So we got some of the best pizza and bagels of our life in this area. But we go through this tunnel, like in Jersey, to get to the hotel, and it was night, and all these fucking cars are just bang, bang, in the tunnel. And wife is like, what the fuck is that sound? I'm like, it's all these idiots in the fucking cars all around us on both sides. What they're doing is they go through the exit, they go back through the tunnel, and they just keep doing it over and over again so they can all listen to their stupid tin sounding fucking exhaust just over and over again. And it was so loud. She was like, why? What are they doing? What is happening? I'm like, this is all they have. This is what they do. They got nothing else. So this is all they have. They do drive through the shitty tunnel and fucking make a loud buzzing sound with their 10-year-old fucking Altima or whatever it might
Right,
be. You know,
right.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't either.
I like a kick-ass sounding exhaust. When you hear one, it's like, whoa, that's sick, you know?
Yeah.
But that would be like the only ones I ever hear is when someone starts an old like small block or big block, you know, like a V8. and you get that low rumble like in a muscle car or something, like
Right.
that.
My Mustang, my second, the really souped up one. It was really loud and
5.0.
Yeah, it had shorty headers. It had an H pipe, so there was no catalytic converters.
Was it street lead?
It was, well, technically no, because it didn't have any catalytic converters on it.
Did you have mufflers?
It had it was probably, they were probably Borla if I had to guess. I don't remember, but yeah,
You could run them with straight pipes if you want, but that's really like
no. Well, my first one was straight pipe because everything disintegrated in the exhaust, so it was basically the same as straight pipe.
That's hilarious.
And but the second one, I lived in I had a condo, which is basically a bought version of apartment, like the units were, it was no different than going into an apartment complex, pretty much.
Owner occupied instead of landlord.
Right. And I had that Mustang back then, and I get home at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something, and I would just have to let it idle and just coast to my house basically, because I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be the fucking guy that I hear every day, Now I hate to say it, but the other day we were in the backyard and I could hear bass. And that's another example of me getting old, because I was like annoyed that I could hear somebody's bass. And it was not in a car. It was not in a car. It was somebody's house, and we were just trying to sit on our patio and enjoy the night. And I could hear that bass, and it was like in my head, and that's all I could hear. And I was like, oh my God, and then I was thinking to myself, and I was like, with all the, growing up in the 90s, everybody was like, they had these elaborate, like my buddy had this gigantic, like 12-inch PVC pipe rig in the back of his Daytona with like 2 subs on both ends of it or something.
What was the
and
PVC?
It was like, huh?
What was the PVC aspect?
It was I don't know, back then it was some kind of contraption that would make, it was such a diameter and such a length that was, would make the sound the loudest, I guess, with the subs, or
wow,
so he
that's
thought.
Crazy. Yeah,
because I remember we had to stop at the side of a construction site that had said PVC pipes, so we could build the contraption.
Funny. Yeah, he's using like
in
the
the first place,
big round ones, right?
Yes, it was like teal blue. I remember vividly.
Yeah, those are those
like
gigantic ones they use for commercial like drainage and shit. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just curious as to
Kind of
how
low
that
life steals PVC pipe.
Look, I didn't do it. But
I was file Last Dance.
Like how he's using that to manipulate the sound is what I'm curious.
Well, I'll see him tomorrow and I'll ask him what the deal was with that, and I will get back with you. Well, I probably won't be here next week because it's 4th of July. But
Last Dance is hosting. He needs.
I heard, and there's a chance maybe if you guys are still, but I think we might go see we might go to a
poetry reading. What?
Yeah, poetry. That's what this meant.
Poetry.
We might go to a poetry reading.
What, you going poke a poet?
No, it's like 250 years, dog. We gotta, the only thing is my biggest dog is not a fan of fireworks, so we'll have to drug her up before we leave the house, I guess, because she'll be in a bad spot. Yep.
It's
the bigger they are, the more it seems like the loud noises bother them.
My brother bought me a drone recently. Oh, he bought us a drone, and it's a cheapo depot one. And we fucking took it off in his backyard, and his French bulldog started screaming like a fucking child at this thing.
Oh,
it was like barking, screaming. I don't know what it was doing, dude, but it wanted to get its stubby dull jowls all around it. And when all of a sudden, this cheap fucking Chinese drone was like battery low, and it starts going down, and the Frenchies like fucking attacked it. It was crazy, dude.
It was like
My
it's
wife had to
finally-
run over and like get the fucking drone away before the Frenchie tore it apart. It was hilarious.
he found its weakness, battery.
Yeah. And then me and my brother are like, well, we want to bring it out to the ocean. What happens if that happens over water? Fucking gone.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
And then another thing, the drone says it's got a 45-foot height. It won't go higher than that. It's a real cheap one. But the camera was actually decent. But I'm wondering, like, is that going to be 45 feet from the bottom of the ocean or 45 feet from the surface of the
It's
ocean?
got to be above ground level. But how does it know?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Good point.
So if we're
well,
up
it's-
50 feet of
it
water,
probably-
that thing's going down to 45. It's gone. It's Davy Jones.
Well, it
locker.
probably would go. It probably would go over 45 feet. It's just telling you that's the range of the thing. Like, did you try
Oh.
shooting it straight up? Like, did it
can't
go?
be that. It can't be that small.
I mean, 45 feet sounds extremely pathetic, but
Right.
you can
That's
get
what it
drones for
was
like
here at
$10
the house.
these days.
This was 40.
You can get one with camera for like
This was-
$30-$40.
This was $40 with the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it came with 4 batteries.
I got a
and-
whole fucking shelf of cheap ass ones over here.
But yeah, 45 feet is the height, and 130 feet is the maximum distance.
Right. So not very far.
Right.
You
It's a
you can
cheap-
appreciate the difference in quality between the low and the high end that you've seen, right, Aphid? The highest I've ever
Oh,
seen is
yeah.
around the $2,000 unit.
Yeah, now I mean it's incredible. You know, I haven't got one, and I used to just ask for one for Christmas every year because they're fun to play with for 15 minutes,
One
and then
time.
you lose the charger for it, and you're like, shit, what do I do now? So it sits on a snowboard that's hung with rope from some water pipes in my basement.
Yeah.
Your
Well, I
average
think what I'll
trucker barrel
do
is
is just, I mean, we fished today, but the fog was absolutely incredible out on the ocean. So, but next time I go out, I'm going to just run the drone on follow and just it'll film us. And then it's a Bluetooth connection to my phone. It automatically, transfers everything over when you get to Wi-Fi or whatever. So maybe I'll try that. I don't know. My brother wants me to use it. He gave
Can't
me
you
the
just
damn
cast the pub from it? Can't you just have it on follow mode and have it cast the pub?
thing.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
No, in
You
other
mean if
words,
it was
have
right
the
behind me
technology
here?
to just like throw it up in the sky and have it all connected to the internet and everything, so it could literally record for you, and you'd be on here. You could be having your pub while you're out fishing, or whatever, and it's just like your buddy that's up in the sky.
That
Well,
would
it
be a
only
stretch.
lasts for
Too far
15
from
minutes.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it doesn't last long. And this thing, when the battery goes, this thing is nosediving into the drink, dude. So I don't know.
They usually come back before they run out like that.
Last time it didn't. That was the only time
Oh,
I
okay.
used it. That it ran out. I used it twice. I'd used it at my house here. I went up high, and then I scanned around, and then I was like, "Oh, I can see the ocean from my house." Yeah. So like, we can see the ocean at certain times of year from the loft. You have to look out right this alleyway. I sat up there with a telescope once when the whales were around. I was like determined to see a whale from my house. Did not get it, but I'm never going to let that dream go.
That sounds like a good thing for your checklist.
So I looked it up, and GPS chipsets and antenna are incredibly cheap. So the drone could just have incorporated a GPS system in it that it will cut off at 45 feet above the ground.
Self-regulating.
Well, wait.
Yeah, but what
is
about the water?
ground? Is the ground the ground, or is the ground the surface of the water?
Yeah.
The ground is whatever it is when you turn it on.
So,
whatever
and it
GPS
runs. My
phone
phone
is.
is the the joystick, and I have the viewfinder here. So maybe it's 45 feet vertically from the phone.
It could be.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, I think.
Fair deal.
So
I'm
like
saying-
if you had a 45-foot mountain next to where you took off from, even if you start walking up that mountain, it's only going to go 45 feet where you started from, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm saying.
it should follow the phone.
Well, if it does it from the phone, then that's
Yeah.
true. If it does it from its own measurements when it starts up.
Right.
No, I know for a fact it has to be connected on Bluetooth to work because I control it with my phone.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's the GPS part of it. Is
There's no
following the
GPS
phone.
with this one. The GPS it doesn't exist with this. It's all through Bluetooth.
Okay.
Then it's
this
probably 45 feet up from where your phone is.
Well,
unless
that-
you throw,
That
unless you
could
throw
just
your
be the
phone.
Bluetooth range of your phone.
essentially,
Yeah.
I think they make the
That's
parameters
true.
within that, so it doesn't fall out of the sky.
Bluetooth doesn't go very far.
Right. Bluetooth is
Yeah, that is
relatively short
true.
range.
42 sounds far as is. I'm gonna look on that.
Since it's
got it up to
line of sight
45
with no
feet.
obstructions, that's the maximum.
My
distance.
headphones are not even here to the sliding glass door when I go take a pee.
Yeah.
But my watch, like my phone can be in the house and I can be in the backyard. And if somebody texts me, I still get a notification. So my watch has got better Bluetooth than
Is that an
these
Apple Watch?
headphones. Yeah.
So you're an Apple guy, and you have tons of PC, right?
Well, yeah. And this iMac right here, because it wouldn't run anymore, has Linux on it because Linux is such a lightweight system that when stuff slowly dies, you can put Linux on it and it's like it's a brand new machine again.
So you legally have.
I don't
Linux?
have what I'm saying is I don't have allegiance to any
I understand.
any service. Whatever just works. Like it's nice having a watch that I can answer a telephone call from if I can't reach in my pocket at the time and grab my phone or can't use my hands.
I hear you, especially if that happens with you in your profession where you use it.
Right.
That does make sense. Sure. Yeah.
But I'm not doing it because I'm a fanboy of Apple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just works out. Maybe there's another Android watch or whatever that
there is.
And
But
I don't know if
dude-
I can get them. I don't see them on Facebook Marketplace because my wife paid full price for my first Apple Watch. But since then, you can get Apple Watches for $50 and I won't pay a cent more than $50.
Yeah, don't
from
use any
Marketplace.
brand as your parameter. Just go with what works. Like you're fine.
That's right.
I like Samsung because it's what I know. It's what I've always known, and I just see the wife having so many issues with the Android thing or with the Apple thing. Like when you guys go to sign into something, does your phone remember your passwords?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
I've
can
had
choose.
I've had a much easier experience with the Apple, like an iPhone, than I have with a Android phone for sure.
Okay.
Not even close. It just everything just works. Like I don't ever have any problems with anything.
I feel the same way about the Droid, so we're both working it, so that works. Like I don't know, I don't have any Apple hate or Android hate, but there's people who think Android users are cretins,
Morons?
subhumans. Yeah, is that what you guys think?
No.
I could care less what you use.
I
love
think I see
Android
one person
users.
woo's being sarcastic and one person who's
I'm being
probably
genuine.
sarcastic.
No, I could care. I
can't get my
because
hands
I
to go
understand that
Yeah.
the Android end of things is much more control. Like you have more control over things than Apple. But Apple just seems to work. I mean, there's no problem with it whatsoever. The only problem I ever had was with the oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. I mean, I'm getting old.
You've
I
always
can't
done
deal
that
with it.
since I've known you.
I don't know, man.
Have you heard of Prevagen? It's a new thing. Have you had your show prep?
I know it's
tonight?
yeah, I did. I went out there earlier, and I'm getting ready to go take a pee because that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I gotta take a pee. I'm going first. You gotta stay.
I can't. No, I can't do that. I was already moving.
I think this is a trick to ditch me. Oh, let's see. So how long have we been on? It's almost 3 hours now. Getting to be 10:30. Yeah, I used to be an Android phone guy. Yeah, cup of tea. But one of the reasons I would liked an Android phone is because you could develop software for it and at least load it on your own phone without a hassle. But Google started to lock that down.
I didn't know that they locked down the open source mindset of Android.
No, you can still get the Android operating system, but you'd have to compile it yourself and find a phone that has a bootloader. There was a bootloader you could load on a lot of phones. I forget what it was called. It started with a C. But you really could, have a phone that you control the operating system and so forth. But I don't want to be responsible for patches, and it's a big headache to maintain a large piece of software like your own version of Android. Because
if it's just to play apps and stuff and it's not for communications, would you really need to patch it that often?
No, but I don't want to have two phones, one that I use for communications and one that I use for just experiments.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I just mean, if you have the ability to kind of create your own things and have it on a device to interact with, you have like a tablet or something that is just like your sandbox or something.
So I at some point, I know what I did. I didn't really switch. My daughter was getting rid of her old iPhone, and she could get like $100 for it from Trade It. So I said, "Oh, let me have it," and so she gave it to me, and I used it, and it was really to me it was a higher quality piece of hardware than the Google Pixel 5 that I had at the time.
So I have Google Pixel. What type of phone base was hers?
It was Samsung.
Samsung. That's what my wife likes. So you're saying that the Android on a Samsung is not the same thing as the Android on a Pixel?
It's very similar. It was, I think Samsung was the manufacturer of the Pixel.
Interesting.
Over the years, the Pixels, Google doesn't actually manufacture phones. They've had Samsung make their Pixels. LG has made their Pixels. I would imagine since, the last one I had was a Pixel 5. I imagine they've gone with Chinese phone manufacturers.
I think mine's a 9. I can't remember. It's not the newest one, but I like them because they're compact and their camera's as good as I ever need it.
Yeah.
Which one do you have? Google
Pixel.
Yeah.
Certainly their camera is going to be able to compete with anybody's camera.
I mean, yeah, I specifically went for that because I take a lot of pictures out around here, but Sarita went with Samsung. I'm not sure why. I think it all comes down to feel. I don't know how phones can be such a different user interface when we should have really streamlined the whole process, because we do know, I don't know, is it opinion based all the way, or is there user interfaces that are just simply better than others?
Samsung's?
I mean, any phone. What phone have you used where you're like, this interface is the most logical? I like this. I like how I get into stuff and how this phone works.
I've used no such phone. They're all pains in the ass.
Not mine. I've never had any issues with mine.
Well, it's not issues. It's just that they're small, and you can't really. There's just no way to have the functionality you want in a convenient form factor. No, I don't want a bigger phone.
I have big hands. That's a big phone. I like that.
I put mine in my pocket. I don't like it to be
in your Jinko jeans.
Hey, yo, let me tell you something. I carry things that are much bigger than this in my pocket. Trust me.
Bananas?
Your wife's purse?
No.
You excited to see me?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just my phone.
No, we're going more with the things. Unfortunately, in this state, you'd have to have a license to have it. But we don't have to go there.
I got it.
You got it? You got it?
Yep.
I got it.
We're clearly talking about dildos.
Yep.
Exactly. Actually,
license-
Massachusetts just gives those away to everybody. So
That's right.
You don't have to have a permit? It's crazy.
no permit for the dildo here. Just
Dildos and
You guys are doing it right up there. You're going
and needles. You can get those for free too.
unlimited needles.
Right.
They have a surplus of needles to give away here. It's unfortunate. So you guys see this spot on my face here below my glasses?
Yeah.
That's number 2 of a thing that dermatologist had to burn off my face because it's precancerous.
With fire or liquid nitrogen?
Liquid nitrogen.
Dude, liquid nitrogen's awesome.
It's great. And the other one was right here.
There are horns
So on the
starting to
other
grow.
side, so I'm like, Doc, is this because I have like a hat on and sunglasses, and these spots here are where the sun's getting through, and I'm kind of missing it with the sunblock? And he's like, probably, yeah. A lot of people
Oh,
forget.
come
about
on.
that.
What
But
about
yeah.
it's just your glasses are always there irritating your skin and slightly damaging it and making it, mutate because it has to heal all the time. I mean, it could be
Well,
something else.
it has a technical name. He diagnosed it as
Pulled
I
it out
can't
as
remember. I can't remember. But he was focusing so much on some other dumb thing that I was like, can we just do a fucking skin cancer screening and I can leave? And he did, and boom, burned that one off. Probably to make me feel like I got my money's worth.
No, it should heal. It should heal. If you went deep enough, it should come back as your normal self.
That's right. It's going to fall off and then be normal. So
I did it a lot growing up with warts. That's how I got rid of warts, because cutting them doesn't get rid of them. You have to destroy the whole blood around it.
do you guys get skin cancer screenings? You're all white as fuck.
I'm going to
do.
get one soon. It's interesting you have mentioned that because
You've
have-
never had one?
No, I've never had one.
I
I've seen my
had one,
doctor.
Dude, I spend almost every day in a parking lot. My arms are dark as shit. Look at it
So,
compared to
You,
the
you
rest
see
of
your,
my.
Aphid, do you
You're
see
for people.
PC regularly?
I never have.
Right. So, last dance, if you're seeing a primary care provider
Yeah.
and he gives a quick look at your face and body, he should flag something if it's obvious, and he would give you a referral for a dermatologist. So, you should be okay.
I just did that. I mean, I've gone to her before and pointed out things, and she's looked at them and said, "Here, let me freeze it up here," and they fall off. I've had one that fell off, came back, and fell off again. I don't know what process that is,
It's okay.
but
So, your
Now
piece
I've
of
got a
did
little-
that, not a dermatologist.
I've got a small lesion right here that's red on the left side of my nose, and in a
From glasses?
slightly different but almost symmetric spot on the right side, I get a flaky white kind of dry patch that periodically falls off and returns.
Was that from glasses?
No, I don't wear glasses.
Did you
I,
ever?
mean, I occasionally wear sunglasses, but not a lot.
No, it wouldn't be the same. And
Is the
have you ever
skin
tried to put anything
raised?
on that, like essential oils or poultice or anything, to see if the skin heals?
I'm just going to go see a dermatologist and let him look at it.
All right.
I heard you just pee on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I tried that.
whatever you want to try.
Well, the way my guy, he
Let me
put
tell
his
you, it's
hands
tough
on my
standing
fa-
on your head to pee on your nose.
my dermatologist put his hands here and he said, "Oh, I can feel it's raised." Yeah, okay, we got to burn that off. So apparently the skin cells like raise up above them, so they physically are raised. So that's what
Okay.
he was looking for. And he also pointed out something I have here on my cheek, which he touched and looked at and said that's benign. And he said, if it bothers you for shaving, we can burn it off. And I said, I don't shave. So he said, then we'll leave it alone. and that was that. They can tell within a millisecond if something is problematic. So,
do you guys have more?
You're going to get your money's worth. Make him look at everything, even your downstairs there. You know,
junk,
spreadsheets, and everything.
You guys have more moles under your shirt or where you're not normally wearing a shirt, like on your arms and neck and head? Like for me, most of mine are like around here in my back and like wherever my shirt's always on.
No, it's all when the skin is exposed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't have a lot, but I have one here on my arm that I'm always looking at because it's super visible.
Just stare at it.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, buddy.
The dermatologist looked at it for 1 second.
Great to have a scientist like
I got you
cup
can
of
see
tea in
right
the
there.
chat.
I got one right there, and my arm is always out in the sun.
Dude, you got to get in, and it'll probably cost you $200. Get a dermatologist to just give you a scan once.
I know, but that's just one more place I'm gonna have to. I don't got time for that shit.
It's 15 minutes, and then Then, if you have to deal with something, you catch it early. Then you can live longer later. That's the big thing. You know, like my dad has a fucking axe wound on his back where they had to cut out a melanoma. And he walks around, he's like, whatever, I'm still alive, but dude, it's fucking rough looking. But he can't see it. He's 92, so it's more like for him, he's like a fucking warrior, you know?
Why couldn't they use liquid nitrogen on melanoma?
Because they can test if there's more cancer cells as they keep going down, and then they like just have to keep going, dude, till they get them all.
They have a procedure. I don't know if it's for melanoma. I think it is, though. It's called MOHS, where they shave off a section, immediately examine it to see if there's a border, and you know if you've reached the end of the cancer, and if not, they shave off another very, very tiny section, and they do this until they reach a clean border without cancer.
Sounds
I've heard of
horrendous.
thin sectioning, but not so much for live microscope.
Yeah,
I guess it minimizes the amount of tissue removed.
Yeah, you don't want to take more than you need to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
See, Aphid,
tip.
we're not trying to scare you into it. We're just trying to like tell you, bro, like because we care about you.
Oh, were you guys talking about to me? I didn't even know.
This is the reason I want you to go and get a quick screening.
I mean, I went to the doctor.
Hey, if it's a doctor that's worth half of his weight in salt, he should have fucking noticed anything.
He didn't look at anything. I supposedly, my wife signed me up for a physical, but he didn't, which I was fine with because I just got in and out of there, and he gave me the medicine I need. It's like,
yeah, all right.
Check you later, doc.
Viagra.
Right.
100 mgs of blue diamonds. Thanks, doc. But yeah, you want to like, if you're in there, be like, hey, dude, can you take a minute to just look over my body and see if I have any skin cancer? And then he'd be like, sure. He's not going to say, sure, that'll be an extra $250. I mean, it's just
Man, that should happen so because my son, we asked one question about one thing, and it got it was like another $40 or $50 charge, and it was noted as such.
You should
And I
just
was
hear a
like-
noise in the room, right? Whenever you ask a
Well-
question that charges you more money, it goes ka-ching.
I was like, you know, that kind of like persuades you into maybe not bringing something up that you might be concerned about because you don't want to pay $40, $50. So I was
Right.
definitely put off by the situation.
If they're not using any consumables to check for whatever you're talking about, I think it's pretty stingy.
No, I
to-
don't believe it was. I would have to ask my wife. I'm sure she remembers exactly what the question was, but
Right.
it was just a
If you're
general
limited to 30
question,
seconds,
and it showed up. I know it was at least $40.
that
I don't
to me,
remember.
that's very ticky tack. Like they should
Yeah.
do They
That's
should give you,
bullshit.
yeah, they should give you, if it's a 15-minute appointment and you have 8 minutes left, you should be able to have them do whatever the fuck you want. And it shouldn't all add up to additional charges. It should be.
I've always felt really close with my son's doctor. She was the reason we went to her is because she was referred to me by, she took care of my niece and nephew. And it ultimately had to come from her. She had to have said, or at least written down that we, and I think she asked if there was anything else we were concerned about, So I was really like, I couldn't believe it. It does make us think, oh, well, I don't want to bring that up.
Outrageous? I mean, what other business would you go to where you don't know what it's going to cost you? You just find out at the end.
Right.
I mean,
it sucks.
It's ridiculous.
You should be able, at some level, aphid, if as your kid's getting to become an adult.
Oh,
so
here she comes.
You probably won't care about losing the doctor. I would say, like something like, I know he's not listening to me. He's got ears on the wife.
Mrs. Lip is correcting him.
She said it was his yearly free, appointment.
Uh-huh.
So
and we
next
brought
time,
something up, and they charged us additionally. They charged us for it instead of it being free for his yearly checkup or whatever.
Through your insurance?
Next time,
and it was just a question.
I would say something like, listen, I had another question for you, but I noticed last year we asked you a question and we had an additional.
I should have, because we've been to her since this has happened.
If that's going to happen, I'll just go on AI or ask Google because I don't want to have to spend more money on something I'm already paying for.
I mean, I guess there's part of me that is so uncomfortable with wanting her to, she seems like, I'm a pretty good read of people, and she seems like she is generally concerned about my family and is excited when she sees us. And part of me doesn't want to, she's almost got me by the nuts, because part of me is like, I don't want to do anything to. Yeah, I don't want to do anything to jeopardize, our relationship. Basically,
but it's
why doesn't she feel that way?
I know she doesn't.
Is she a pediatrician?
Yes, and he's only got like one more year.
That's what I'm saying. You're near the
end,
so fuck it.
Her son was so ill, and her father was dying and died. She was still calling us.
Yeah.
On her personal cell phone when we were at our.
Depends how fast
I've talked on here before about my son and the problems he had medically, which is totally vacant from any of our lives. Fortunately, it just is gone.
Goodness, bro.
I know, man.
High fives all day.
I know, dude. It's crazy.
Jesus.
But anyway, she was so concerned about that. Her father was dying, and she was out of town. And she called us, within 24 hours of her father passing away, personally to check on us to see, how my son was doing and with his condition and everything. So, it's not, and we've always felt nothing but almost like a friendship with her. That's the kind of relationship we have with her, which is so rare. I had that with a doctor, and she like moved on or retired or something. And now I'm like struggling because I just don't feel that way. But I think it's so much better when you have that relationship with somebody. But yeah, obviously, as far as charging us, maybe she had a slow month or something.
Yeah, it's almost like you could bring that up. You could say what you just said.
I know. Yeah. Maybe if I put it to her that way. But now it's like we're at the age 17. Maybe it'll be the last. Maybe this will be the move, Smoke Steve, because I have principles. When it's the last trip, when she's not going to be in care of my son whatsoever anymore, I'll be like, I've enjoyed you so much, but I gotta say, 2.5, 3 years ago, whatever it was, you did this to us, and it affected, what we thought to ask you in case there was a problem, so maybe that practice of your practice is not good for the well-being of the person that you're taking care of.
And right, and most importantly is that the question or request that you had fell within the time frame of a standard appointment. It didn't cause additional time,
Right.
or anything like that. It only
Right.
was an inquiry, essentially. So, yeah, I mean,
Right.
and you realize this bridge is going to be the bridge over the River Kwai. This baby is going to be fucking splinters when you're done with it. If you say
Yeah.
that.
That's
But-
why I would wait until it's the last time I talk to her.
Yeah,
And be like, look,
I
I love
like-
you. You know, I'm so glad that you were.
I'd hold off on the "I love you" part. That's
Don't do that.
they are a doctor.
Any of the doctors. It's about the group.
Wait, now,
Yeah,
hold on.
But she still had to say something.
No, she doesn't say anything.
She's
no.
she's given her a pass, but I think ultimately it had to have come from. She had to have checked some box or listed. Yeah, she had to have, or they wouldn't have
How
known
much
to
is
charge
this
us in the
month?
first place.
How much is the money? What are we talking? $40?
Yeah, it was at least $40. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Well, so
But
here's
still,
how they-
it still makes you think to ask a bunch of questions because are they going to tack on 40 for each question?
First of all, I'll bet it was done by her assistant. And what they typically do is they put these condition codes or diagnostic codes whenever they address a medical issue. I don't like Mrs. Lip could be right. She
Yeah.
somebody
Like maybe she's checked that list every time, you know, for every question but just this time the insurance took that information and charged us for it. You know, I'm not saying that's impossible.
Exactly.
But it
could
doesn't.
be.
It doesn't.
could be.
We didn't ask more questions that time than we have any other time. You know, so I don't know. That box was checked every time, and this time we had to pay for it.
Huh.
And then we haven't had to since. Well, probably because we don't ask as many questions because we're worried about that.
True that. True that.
We're like, well, you know, I'm not really that worried about it. You know, it's just, you know, you're just a kid. You know, this is. You know, I feel like we put a priority on each one. Well, we could get charged for it. We want to talk to, you know, because we still all three go in there, you know, like I've always taken off to, you know, we just got one kid, so it's easy for me to do. But so we've all three went in there, and I'm sure that's probably rare. You know, most families, it's probably just whichever parent could possibly take them at that time on that day or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
Well,
But
you
it-
know, you probably should just be moving to a regular doctor. 17. 's
Yeah,
pretty old. to
Yes,
see a
yes, he's going to. Yeah,
pediatrician.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he's a dude. He's a dude now. You know.
Right. Does he use the crayons and coloring books when he's
No, in
in the waiting room?
he's got those little beads and he's following them around there. No, but I do got another story that's kind of somewhat relatable.
All
And
right, let you hold on to that story.
it's a good one. It's a good one. I want to
I
hear you
just
guys'
want to
advice.
interject on what patchouli smells like. RW, did you ever play with He-Man character, the toys, the He-Man toys? There were characters that were like
Maybe, but I think that was
60
just before the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so probably not.
Well, Skunkor, which was a bad guy in the He-Mans, had a bunch of patchouli all over him, and that was supposed to be like the skunk smell. Yeah. I remember smelling it as a kid, and then when I was like at UMass and shit, and like I was around hippie chicks, I was like Skunkor, and then I realized no, that's patchouli. Yeah, and it's I would almost describe it as sour smelling pepper. It's like a peppery and a sour smell. It's not
That's
bad.
almost like you know how skunk is peppery and it's not. It sounds like it's peppery and just sour instead of peppery and sweet.
I guarantee
Yeah, I
you,
don't smell sweet
you've
with it.
RW, I guarantee you have smelt it, and it's one of those smells that if me or Smoke Steve had someone, we could have you smell it right now. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that," you know. And from some time in your life or something. It's a very, when you smell it, it's a very different smell than other things. So I don't know, you remember it,
Well, I've seen some beautiful
hippies
girls.
like Smoke Steve said.
I've
always
seen some like great
hippie.
looking hippie girls dancing in like the little like stringy fucking tank tops, like, and like little flower dresses and shit, and like frankly no bras and underwear, so everything's like just flowing and free. You're like, damn, these girls are hot as hell. And then you get within smell and you're like, fuck, patchouli, damn it. Because it like brings them down a little, but they're often the women I find them
pull
to
up
be attractive. Yeah. Like,
They're not, I can't say in my experience that they've always been attractive though. Cause I can think of like kind of hairy armed, like Harry Pitts, like, like chicks that aren't that just
I clearly
aren't
do.
that great. Like don't clean themselves regularly,
see, that's
don't take care of themselves or aren't concerned about their appearance.
That's insulting. I think they do clean themselves.
I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying there some, like if you know enough patchouli smelling chicks, a good 25% of them, are not like super hot or anything,
No, I'm not saying it's super hot. I'm just saying, more natural and like, I don't know, like, I don't think there's anything bad going on there besides often the smell.
Why am I thinking of a lyric? There's a lyric in The Year of the Cat by Al Stewart. Let me look it up.
I think that the hippies from the generation, so my generation of hippie girls, I think they switched to sandalwood because that's the only smell.
Well, it's not far. It's not far from sandalwood. It's in the same. It's in the same. It's in the same. Yeah, it's very similar.
Interesting.
If you had to pick another smell that was similar, I would say sandalwood was probably the next in line.
So remember the Nag Champa incense, Nag Champa?
Yep.
That is predominantly sandalwood. That smell is like one step away from patchouli. Patchouli is a little more peppery, a little more sour. I don't know, but they were together. Sandalwood.
I would say I would judge somebody if they had sandalwood on almost the same as I would judge somebody if they had patchouli.
Yeah,
it would be really close.
I don't know if I've ever smelled sandalwood on anything other than incense.
We had some sandalwood, oil or whatever.
Sounds
and every
right.
once in a while, if we would go out with my one buddy that was into, the dead, and then after that, fish, I'd rub a little sandalwood oil on my neck.
Wow. Trying to blend in, huh? Did you ever tape a bottle to your ankle?
No.
Never, to get into a show or a sporting event?
Tape a bottle of what? Sandalwood?
No, I taped a bottle of Jack Daniels to my ankle to get into a Patriots game once, and it worked. It was beautiful.
You guys want to hear something interesting? So patchouli is actually an aromatic herb in the mint family, and the hippie stigma came in the 1960s and 70s because they were using cheap, unrefined oils in their process for making those perfumes. So modern perfume that makes patchouli would most likely not have the same nostalgic response.
Well, now that we've talked about it so much, I'm going to try and find some and inhale it.
There
you have some in the house?
I don't
Ask
think
your
so.
Between your lady and your daughters, there's got to be a jug of patchouli somewhere in the back of a cabinet.
It's possible.
By the time you find it, the pub will probably be over, but you could fall. Why don't you have another whiskey and relax?
I'm
Question for you in the
relaxed.
chat, Steve, from La Wife.
Yeah, what'd she say? Yeah, that's it. Don't say anything else.
They pumping and thumping.
Yeah, but that's definitely what's happening. And I think that has to end at 11 for quiet laws here in town.
Yeah, I'm sure they hit hard for the quiet laws around you guys.
They do. We've got a big concert coming up in a couple of weeks. But I digress.
Do they let concerts go past 11?
I don't really know. I've never been to it. It's a young person's game.
I'm not very self-respecting, but you're probably right, Eastwind. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Let the doxing begin.
It's still not enough info to really get anything.
I don't think so.
But stop giving info. Yeah. What else we got here, fellas?
So for the first time, go ahead.
No, go.
You'll forget.
This is quick.
I won't
This is
forget.
quick.
I won't forget.
This is quick. The first time since 1990, there are no rap songs in the top 100s, or the 100 top 40.
What do I care? It's
With
probably-
Drake, does he not considered?
I'm just saying,
Rap?
like the top 40.
Fuck
no
Drake.
rap. Sorry,
I guarantee you,
rap
Drake's
legend.
in the top 10, and that's
Drake is not rap, dude. So you call me on your cell phone.
I mean, yeah, I agree
It's
with you,
fucking
but
stupid, dude.
But I totally agree with you. I'm not. This is not a example of my love for Drake.
You
The
big
top
Drake
song
fan,
is
are
a
you?
Taylor Swift song called "I Knew It, I Knew You," and it is for the new Toy Story movie. So there you go.
God, what could be?
Fucking Mr. Kill. Take it easy.
Drake is
He's
in
all
top
right.
7. Yeah, Drake's
he just
7.
shaved. He's not hurt. He's not in a bad way.
His beard
Fine.
fell out. It's it's the radiation.
Yeah, I'm resetting my face for.
You
hopefully-
look
really-
good, RW.
he-
Don't take what he said too hard.
I'm not.
You
I'm not
look
worried
great.
about it. If I was worried about
He
my looks,
really
I'd-
not looking well. He really not looking well.
Yeah,
It's okay.
you got to save time when you're efficient. You don't want to use all the
Are you
words because you can get the point
Criticizing
across.
someone's
less.
grammar.
No, I got the worst grammar.
He's got a worse grammar.
He's only missing a single word. Is.
You were
Half
right
the
though.
time
David.
I post things with missing words.
I do all the time. Frankly, it's just not convenient sometimes.
What's the point of using the whole sentence if you can save time? What's the point?
Well, my brain goes faster than my hands, so the words just get skipped because I'm catching up.
Yeah, often the old to make something plural and adding the apostrophe or whatever, it's just not like conducive.
Does anybody know who Olivia Rodrigo is?
I know the name.
Yeah.
She's like,
yes,
almost-
it's a guitarist, right?
I don't think so.
There
It's
was a
young
group
female.
that he was a member of, Rodrigo and
Oh,
Gabriela.
no,
It was
this is
called
someone else.
Rodrigo y Gabriela. It was a very
You're
This is
way
a
off.
young
It's
girl.
not no guitar player.
okay. Then
This is a young, like the next just plug and play person, Britney Spears type, and she's taking up like half of the top 20. Literally half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 20.
What are the metrics on this top 20?
This is Billboard top 100. I don't know other than that.
So I think they take streaming as a pretty much the heaviest of their metric.
I would think they should because that's a raw data. I mean, it gives that's. Do you guys listen to the radio much anymore?
Fuck no.
I do. When I
Nope.
drive, I do.
I don't even turn it on.
Apple
I'm not-
Car.
not out that often.
Streaming.
Another reason to switch to Apple CarPlay.
I'm just not in the car that much. I don't go to work every day anymore, so I don't have a routine where I listen to the radio.
You ride the bus with the other seniors to the Walmart. You all get
Exactly.
out.
Yep.
You get on the little motorized scoot.
The best part is when we go to Atlantic City for the gambling casinos.
and earn all your money back from more groceries.
It's Walmart day, guys. Get lined up.
Last dance. You ever thought about adopting a senior dog?
No.
I think you should.
Why? I'm already. I don't want to get something that I start to love because then it's just going to die. The dogs
But
don't
there's
live.
something truly altruistic about adopting senior dogs because often they don't get adopted. Then you can have a cool buddy for a couple of years and then you get another one.
Yeah, it just breaks my heart. I'm not gonna. I had 2 dogs. They died. It was devastating. My daughter's dog passed away last year. It was again devastating. I don't need
It's a
that.
big brown one, right?
Yeah.
That was a cool dog.
Yeah.
Big lug of a dog. Kind of had a gray face, right?
Yep.
But I mean, to me, I've thought about it. I'm like, when I get older, maybe I'll adopt old dogs and get them like. I see them as sitting in the pond, and they're like,
Yeah, other
Why
people
not?
don't have this problem. I mean, it's a problem that I have and nobody else.
Mrs. Lip finds it ironic that the dog hater is trying to promote senior dog to Last Dance.
Shots fired.
yeah. I mean, I see those old dogs. Those are the ones I feel the worst about. Like their situation. Like they only got a couple years left, so just kind of want them to have a nice little life. Then on top of that, usually they're super chill and all like they're not aggro anymore. They just want to nap. They're happy to walk around, lumber around for a while, check things out, nap, lumber around. It's an easy life. It's an easy dog.
That is Chip. That is Chip to the T.
Does he still get the zoomies?
Fuck no.
Not even one zoomie? Like for 1 second?
No, he'd break a hip. If he saw a squirrel or a rabbit that was defenseless, I'm sure he would get a little pep in his step and snap its neck and then walk away. But besides that, there's not much that could get Chip excited. He does get a little hustle in him sometimes. Like if I get too far away from him, I'll turn around. It's like
you should snare a squirrel and partially kill it and then let him finish it off.
Well, we can't let them outside if there's we got these voles lately, and they're not very bright with like getting away from you. It's like a half mole, half mouse, and I don't think their eyesight is all that great because
They're
it seems
blind.
like I don't know if they're blind, but I just don't think that's their strong suit, and it seems like if you come up on one, they're just like, oh, let me just go run behind this blade of grass and he'll never see me. And you do because it's a blade of grass and he's much bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds all right. Let Chip go. Let him work. Let him get some action. He's old, What was your thing you were going to talk about before?
Oh, Mrs. Limp wanted me to tell when you guys were talking about witnessing the traumatic, back to the traumatic car crash.
Car crash. Yeah, oh yeah.
We had one that was a fairly doozy. Well, like I said, I've seen a lot of them, so this is just one in many for me, unfortunately, because it's an event that is somewhat tragic at sometimes. But
Sure.
this one, we were coming home from the city and we were in the fast lane and it was probably like 12:30, like peak people leaving the bars, still a fair amount of traffic on the major highways. And, a large percentage of them probably shouldn't be driving.
Sure.
So the chances are increased that something terrible is going to happen.
Yes.
But he, it was a old beat up red Jeep Cherokee, like about a football field ahead of us, and there was maybe one car between us, but maybe not. Maybe I was the next behind him. And all of a sudden, I couldn't really tell because we weren't totally right up on him, but something happened with him and another driver, and he ended up slamming into the center median and like flipping around and smashing into it again real hard.
How fast?
And we were all going at least 70
So
to 80.
that sounds like it potentially fatal.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he comes to a stop right in front of us, and every other lane, you know, is like five lanes of traffic downtown, at least, maybe 6. And everybody had stopped. So, but he, you know, when we came to us all came to a stop, he's right in front of me. So I got out and I walked up to the vehicle to see, you know, how he was, and I couldn't see him anywhere. And then a car in like the fast lane decided, look, there's other people that are, you know, trying to take this out. I'm going to go ahead and get going. So the fast lane started going, and the headlights of it got in the vans or the Jeep Cherokee so I could see. And he was leaning up against the far window, and I could see a lot of blood, and his face was completely bloody, and he was just like hunched over on the other side of the vehicle, you know, definitely messed up. And so then the second
help him.
I was standing on the side, I'm looking in the window. I'm looking in the window, and he's not in the driver's seat. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I know he didn't get out of the car, you know, and then when that car went by, his headlights were in line so I could see what was going on inside the rest, because it was super dark. It was on the highway.
You know what happened, Dad?
No, well, I'll get to that. So he's like all slobbery bloody, you know, like on the other side in the passenger seat, all smashed up, like contorted against the window. And then the next lane started going, and the next lane started going. And before I could even tell what the fuck was going on, I'm pretty much the only person there. And every lane of traffic is now going at almost full speed. And my wife is sitting in our car on the phone with the police right behind, you know, the crash. And then she's here. And then everybody is coming at us now, full speed, 12:30 at night, half drunk. All those people were all drunk. And there were some people like that were like speeding up behind my wife, because I'm standing there looking at the situation. They're speeding up to try to get over at the last minute, you know, and they're coming inches from hitting the car that my wife is sitting in back there, you know. So finally the cops come, and because I was hurdled in the median, because, you know, I didn't know what I should do. You know, I didn't know if I was trying to somewhat give aid to this guy, and then in the same sense I was trying to, you know, if the wrong thing happened, I could easily get killed in that situation. Wow. And then they came there and took care of everything, and they got our statement and everything. And then it was like a week later, we were watching the news, and it was this guy that was in his car accident that was unidentified, which turned out to be this dude, and his wife or his daughter, at the same time that this interview thing is going on the news, gets word that he's at some hospital, and she goes there and identifies him, and you know, I think he ended up living, but I don't know. It was just a kind of a big story, and she wanted me to tell you guys because you guys were talking about crashes.
Sure. Sounds wild, bro. All right, I'm going to pop outside and grab a quick drink. You guys want to keep this thing going or shut it down?
It's up to you, dude. I'm going to get a pizza as soon as we get off of here.
What kind of pizza?
This one's a Chicago style. It's frozen.
Another frozen.
And then we got a salad. Well, I told you we were putting that pool up, and so that took up the dinner time tonight, and we had eaten kind of a late lunch, so we need to take care of that before we all go to bed.
Well, I'd like to call it a night.
I'm gonna call it too.
Right.
All right. There's your answer then.
Anywhere else tonight, R-Dubs?
I'll check out to see if they're doing much in the Discord, but I'll probably just be listening more and talking.
And also check out our guy Anticorp.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Good point.
All right. Everybody, be well.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Be safe. Thanks for hosting, man. It was good.
Appreciate it, Smoke Steve. Have a great week.
All right, you too, bud. Thanks for being here. Take care, RW, and be well, Aphid Lip. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'm feeling a little guitar. Let's see here. I gotta fix the audio. How do I do that again? I click on audio. Yes, sir. Play a little riff I've been working on that I thought sounded cool because it has a sort of, I don't know, kind of a nice feel to it. I'm just going to rest my chin here. It's not very attractive. Can't get the groove right. There was a thing I had. Maybe it was like this. That's it. It's the B major add A. Right here it is. Night all. Remember, next week, Last Dance will be hosting. Hey, Topple, Last Dance next week. I need you to be there and support our guy. He's going to be in charge.